1. Introduction to Surviving on a Deserted Island. 1.1 Understanding the Challenges of Solitude. Surviving on a deserted island can be an incredibly challenging and daunting experience. The isolation, lack of resources, and harsh conditions can test even the strongest individuals. In order to thrive in this environment, it is crucial to understand the unique challenges that come with solitude. The psychological impact of solitude. One of the most significant challenges of being abandoned on a deserted island is the psychological impact of solitude. Humans are social creatures, and being completely cut off from society can lead to feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety. The absence of human interaction and the constant silence can be overwhelming. To overcome these challenges, it is important to develop coping mechanisms and strategies to maintain mental and emotional well-being. Establishing daily routines and goals can provide a sense of purpose and structure. Engaging in activities such as journaling, meditation, and mindfulness can help calm the mind and reduce feelings of isolation. It is also essential to find ways to stay positive and motivated, even in the face of adversity. The physical demands of survival. Surviving on a deserted island requires physical strength, endurance, and resourcefulness. The lack of readily available food, water, and shelter can pose significant challenges to your survival. It is crucial to understand the importance of conserving energy and utilizing available resources wisely. Finding food and water sources can be particularly challenging. It is essential to learn about the local flora and fauna to identify edible plants and fruits. Hunting and fishing techniques can also be valuable skills to acquire. Additionally, knowing how to collect and purify water is vital to prevent dehydration. Building a shelter is another critical aspect of survival. Understanding the local environment and choosing the right location for your shelter is crucial. Constructing a basic shelter using natural materials can provide protection from the elements and offer a sense of security. As time goes on, improving and fortifying your shelter will become necessary for long-term survival. The importance of adaptability and resilience. Adaptability and resilience are key qualities needed to survive on a deserted island. The ability to quickly adjust to changing circumstances and make the most out of limited resources is essential. It is important to remain flexible and open-minded, as unexpected challenges and obstacles are likely to arise. Developing a survival mindset is crucial in maintaining a positive outlook and finding solutions to problems. This involves staying calm in stressful situations, thinking critically, and making rational decisions. It is also important to stay motivated and focused on your goals, even when faced with setbacks. The need for self-reliance and resourcefulness. Being abandoned on a deserted island means relying solely on yourself for survival. There will be no external help or support readily available. This requires developing self-reliance and resourcefulness. Learning how to build tools and weapons from natural materials can greatly enhance your chances of survival. Crafting basic tools such as knives, spears, and fishing hooks can aid in hunting, fishing, and building shelters. Utilizing found objects and repurposing them for survival purposes can also be valuable. Maintaining and repairing your tools is essential for long-term survival. Regular maintenance ensures that your tools remain functional and reliable. It is important to learn basic repair techniques and have a good understanding of the materials available to you. Conclusion. Understanding the challenges of solitude is the first step towards thriving on a deserted island. The psychological impact of isolation, the physical demands of survival, the need for adaptability and resilience, and the importance of self-reliance and resourcefulness are all crucial aspects to consider. By developing a survival mindset, acquiring necessary skills, and staying positive and motivated, you can increase your chances of not only surviving but also thriving in solitude. 1.2 Developing a survival mindset. When faced with the challenge of surviving on a deserted island, developing a strong survival mindset is crucial. Your mindset will determine how you approach and overcome the obstacles that come your way. It will be the foundation upon which you build your resilience, resourcefulness, and adaptability. Here are some key aspects to consider when developing a survival mindset. 1. Stay positive and embrace the challenge. Maintaining a positive attitude is essential for survival. Instead of dwelling on the difficulties and isolation, focus on the opportunities that lie ahead. Embrace the challenge as a chance to test your limits, learn new skills, and grow as an individual. Remember that your mindset can greatly influence your ability to adapt and thrive in any situation. 2. Assess and accept your situation. To develop a survival mindset, it is crucial to assess and accept your current situation. Understand the reality of being abandoned on a deserted island and acknowledge the challenges that lie ahead. By accepting your circumstances, you can better prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for the journey ahead. 3. Set clear goals and prioritize. Surviving on a deserted island requires careful planning and prioritization. Set clear goals for yourself, both short-term and long-term. These goals will give you a sense of purpose and direction, helping you stay focused and motivated. Prioritize your tasks based on their importance and urgency, ensuring that you allocate your time and energy effectively. 4. Adaptability and flexibility. In a survival situation, adaptability and flexibility are key. Things may not always go as planned, and you will need to adjust your strategies accordingly. Be open to new ideas and approaches, and be willing to learn from your mistakes. The ability to adapt to changing circumstances will greatly increase your chances of survival. 5. Develop problem-solving skills. Surviving on a deserted island requires resourcefulness and problem-solving skills. Learn to think critically and creatively when faced with challenges. Break down problems into smaller, manageable tasks and explore different solutions. By developing your problem-solving skills, you will be better equipped to overcome obstacles and find innovative ways to meet your needs. 6. Stay calm and manage stress. Maintaining a calm and composed demeanor is crucial in a survival situation. Panic and stress can cloud your judgment and hinder your ability to make rational decisions. Practice stress management techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or engaging in activities that help you relax. By staying calm, you can think clearly and make better choices. 7. Build self-reliance and independence. Surviving on a deserted island requires self-reliance and independence. Take responsibility for your own well-being and learn to rely on yourself. Develop practical skills such as building shelter, finding food and water, and creating fire. By becoming self-sufficient, you will gain confidence in your abilities and increase your chances of survival. 8. Stay motivated and maintain a routine. Maintaining motivation is crucial for long-term survival. Establish a daily routine that includes essential tasks such as gathering food, purifying water, and maintaining your shelter. Having a routine will provide structure and purpose to your days, helping you stay focused and motivated. Celebrate small victories and milestones to keep your spirits high. 9. Stay connected to your purpose. In the midst of solitude, it is important to stay connected to your purpose. Reflect on your values, goals, and aspirations. Find meaning in the challenges you face and remind yourself of the reasons why you want to survive. By staying connected to your purpose, you will find the strength and determination to persevere. 10. Cultivate resilience and never give up. Surviving on a deserted island is not an easy task, and there will be moments of doubt and despair. Cultivate resilience by developing a never-give-up attitude. Embrace setbacks as opportunities for growth and learn from your failures. Remember that resilience is built through adversity, and each challenge you overcome will make you stronger. Developing a survival mindset is a continuous process that requires self-reflection, practice, and perseverance. By adopting these key principles, you will be better equipped to face the challenges of solitude and thrive on a deserted island. 1.3 Assessing available resources. When you find yourself abandoned on a deserted island, one of the first tasks you must undertake is assessing the available resources. Understanding what you have at your disposal is crucial for your survival and will greatly impact your ability to thrive in this challenging environment. In this section, we will explore the various resources you may encounter on a deserted island and how to effectively assess and utilize them. 1.3.1 Natural resources. The natural resources found on a deserted island can provide you with the essentials needed for survival. These resources include 1. Water. Water is the most critical resource for survival. Assess the island for potential sources of fresh water such as rivers, streams, or natural springs. If these sources are not readily available, you may need to rely on rainwater collection or desalination techniques to obtain drinkable water. It is essential to prioritize finding a reliable water source and establishing a method for water collection and purification. 2. Food. Assessing the island's food resources is vital for sustaining yourself. Start by identifying edible plants, fruits, and nuts that grow naturally on the island. Familiarize yourself with the local flora and learn to differentiate between edible and poisonous plants. Additionally, explore the coastline for shellfish, crabs, and other marine life that can serve as a source of protein. Fishing and hunting techniques will also be valuable skills to acquire in order to supplement your diet. 3. Shelter materials. Evaluate the island's natural resources to determine what materials are available for constructing a shelter. Look for trees with sturdy branches or palm leaves that can be used for roofing. Assess the availability of rocks, driftwood, or other materials that can be used for building walls or creating a foundation. It is important to consider the durability and protection that your shelter will provide against the elements. 4. Firewood. Fire is essential for warmth, cooking, and signaling for rescue. Assess the island for potential sources of firewood such as fallen branches, dead trees, or driftwood. Look for dry wood that will ignite easily and burn efficiently. It is crucial to establish a designated area for your fire and ensure that it is safely contained to prevent accidental wildfires. 1.3.2 Salvaged resources. In addition to the natural resources available on the island, you may also come across salvaged resources that have washed ashore or were left behind by previous inhabitants. These resources can provide valuable tools and materials for survival. Some salvaged resources to look out for include 1. Debris and wreckage. Scan the shoreline for any debris or wreckage that may have washed ashore. This could include items such as containers, ropes, nets, or even parts of a boat. Salvage any useful materials that can be repurposed for shelter construction, fishing, or creating tools. 2. Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam refers to items that float on the water, while jetsam refers to items intentionally thrown overboard. These items can include anything from plastic bottles and containers to buoys or even pieces of equipment. Assess these items for their potential usefulness in your survival efforts. 3. Personal belongings. If the island was previously inhabited, there may be personal belongings left behind. These items could include clothing, shoes, or even tools. Assess these items to determine if they can be repurposed for your own survival needs. 1.3.3 Environmental Resources. The environment itself can provide additional resources that can aid in your survival. These resources include 1. Rocks and minerals. Assess the island for rocks and minerals that can be used for various purposes. Rocks can be used for tool making, grinding, or even as a heat source for cooking. Minerals such as clay can be used for pottery or creating waterproof seals. 2. Seaweed and algae. Coastal areas may have an abundance of seaweed and algae. These resources can be used for food, as fertilizer for growing plants, or even for medicinal purposes. 3. Wildlife. Observe the local wildlife to assess if any animals or birds can be hunted for food. However, it is important to be cautious and avoid dangerous or venomous creatures. Assess the island for potential sources of animal hides, bones, or feathers that can be used for clothing, tools, or shelter insulation. By thoroughly assessing the available resources on the deserted island, you will be better equipped to plan and strategize for your survival. Remember to prioritize the essentials such as water, food, and shelter, and utilize salvaged and environmental resources to supplement your needs. With a comprehensive understanding of the resources at your disposal, you will increase your chances of not only surviving but thriving in solitude. 1.4 Creating a survival plan. When you find yourself abandoned on a deserted island, it is crucial to have a well-thought-out survival plan. This plan will serve as your roadmap to ensure your safety, well-being, and eventual rescue. In this section, we will discuss the key elements of creating a comprehensive survival plan. Assessing your situation. The first step in creating a survival plan is to assess your situation. Take stock of your available resources, such as food, water, shelter, and any tools or equipment you may have. Evaluate the island's terrain, climate, and potential hazards. Understanding your surroundings will help you make informed decisions and prioritize your actions. Setting goals. Once you have assessed your situation, it is essential to set clear and achievable goals. These goals will guide your actions and provide a sense of purpose. Start by identifying short-term goals, such as finding or building shelter, locating a water source, and gathering food. As you progress, you can set long-term goals, such as improving your shelter, establishing a reliable food source, and signaling for rescue. Prioritizing survival needs. Survival needs can be categorized into 4 main areas: shelter, water, food, and rescue. Prioritizing these needs will ensure that you address the most critical aspects of survival first. Shelter. Protecting yourself from the elements is crucial for survival. Assess the available resources and choose a suitable location for your shelter. Consider factors such as protection from wind, rain, and sun exposure. Start with a basic shelter and gradually improve it over time. Water. Finding a reliable source of water is essential for your survival. Explore the island for freshwater streams, rivers, or natural springs. If such sources are not readily available, consider collecting rainwater or building a solar still to extract moisture from vegetation. Food. Sustaining yourself with an adequate food supply is vital. Learn about the edible plants, fruits, and nuts native to the island. Explore the coastline for opportunities to fish or gather shellfish. Consider building traps and snares to catch small game. Be cautious when hunting or foraging and ensure you can identify safe food sources. Rescue. While focusing on immediate survival needs, it is crucial to develop a plan for rescue. Create visible signals using natural materials, such as large SOS signs on the beach or smoke signals. Explore the island for potential landmarks that can aid rescuers in locating you. Consider building a raft or other means of transportation to increase your chances of being spotted. Creating a daily routine. Establishing a daily routine will help you maintain structure and focus during your time on the deserted island. Plan your activities around the priorities you have identified. Allocate time for tasks such as gathering food and water, improving your shelter, and working on rescue signals. Having a routine will provide a sense of normalcy and help you stay motivated. Maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Surviving on a deserted island can be mentally and emotionally challenging. It is crucial to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being to stay resilient. Practice mindfulness and meditation to calm your mind and reduce stress. Engage in activities that bring you joy and help you stay positive, such as exploring the island's natural beauty, writing in a journal, or creating artwork from found materials. Adapting and adjusting. As you navigate the challenges of survival, it is essential to remain adaptable and open to change. Your survival plan may need adjustments based on new information or unforeseen circumstances. Be willing to learn from your experiences and make necessary modifications to your goals and strategies. Seeking professional support. If you find yourself struggling with the mental and emotional toll of solitude, do not hesitate to seek professional support and counseling. It is normal to experience loneliness, anxiety, or depression in such extreme circumstances. Professional guidance can provide you with coping strategies and help you maintain your mental well-being. Remember, creating a survival plan is not a guarantee of rescue, but it significantly increases your chances of survival. By assessing your situation, setting goals, prioritizing your needs, and maintaining your mental well-being, you will be better equipped to thrive on a deserted island until help arrives. 2. Building shelter. 2.1 Choosing the right location. When it comes to building a shelter on a deserted island, choosing the right location is crucial for your survival. The location you select will determine the level of protection and comfort your shelter can provide. In this section, we will explore the factors to consider when choosing the ideal location for your shelter. Assessing the terrain. Before settling on a location, it is essential to assess the terrain of the island. Look for areas that offer natural protection from the elements, such as cliffs, caves, or dense vegetation. These features can provide a shield against strong winds, heavy rain, and extreme temperatures. Avoid low-lying areas that are prone to flooding, as they can pose a significant risk to your safety. Additionally, be cautious of areas near the shoreline, as tides and high waves can wash away your shelter or cause damage. Proximity to resources. Another crucial factor to consider when choosing a location is the proximity to essential resources. Look for areas that are close to sources of fresh water, such as rivers, streams, or natural springs. Access to clean water is vital for your survival, as it is necessary for hydration, cooking, and maintaining personal hygiene. Additionally, consider the availability of food sources in the vicinity. Look for areas with abundant plant life, such as fruit-bearing trees, edible plants, and vegetation that can be used for medicinal purposes. If possible, choose a location that is close to the shoreline, as it can provide opportunities for fishing and gathering seafood. Visibility and signaling. In the event of a rescue, it is crucial to choose a location that offers good visibility and opportunities for signaling. Look for elevated areas that provide a clear line of sight to the surrounding sea or land. This will increase your chances of being spotted by passing ships, aircraft, or search parties. Consider creating a signaling system using natural materials, such as large rocks, branches, or brightly colored fabric. These can be arranged in patterns or shapes that are easily recognizable from a distance. Additionally, choose a location that allows you to create a fire pit or signal fire, as smoke can be a highly effective way to attract attention. Protection from wildlife. While it is essential to consider the proximity to resources, it is equally important to choose a location that offers protection from wildlife. Avoid areas that are known habitats for dangerous animals, such as venomous snakes, large predators, or aggressive insects. Look for locations that are away from animal trails or nesting sites. Consider building your shelter on higher ground or using natural barriers, such as thorny bushes or rocks, to deter wildlife from entering your living space. Accessibility and escape routes. When selecting a location for your shelter, consider accessibility and the availability of escape routes. Choose an area that is easily accessible, allowing you to move in and out of your shelter without difficulty. This will be particularly important when it comes to gathering food, water, or building materials. Additionally, assess the surrounding terrain for potential escape routes in case of emergencies. Identify paths that lead to higher ground or areas where you can seek refuge if your shelter becomes compromised. Having multiple escape routes will provide you with a sense of security and increase your chances of survival. Conclusion. Choosing the right location for your shelter is a critical step in surviving on a deserted island. Assessing the terrain, considering proximity to resources, ensuring visibility for signaling, protecting against wildlife, and planning for accessibility and escape routes are all essential factors to consider. By carefully evaluating these aspects, you can increase your chances of building a shelter that provides the necessary protection and comfort for your survival. 2.2 Constructing a basic shelter. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the first priorities is to construct a basic shelter. A shelter provides protection from the elements, offers a sense of security, and helps maintain body temperature. In this section, we will discuss the essential steps to construct a basic shelter that will serve as your home during your time on the island. Assessing the environment. Before you start building your shelter, it is crucial to assess the environment and choose the right location. Look for a spot that offers natural protection from wind, rain, and extreme temperatures. Consider the proximity to resources such as water and food sources. Additionally, be mindful of potential hazards like falling rocks or unstable terrain. Gathering materials. Once you have identified a suitable location, it's time to gather materials for your shelter. Look for natural resources available on the island that can be used for construction. These may include branches, leaves, vines, rocks, and any other materials that can provide stability and insulation. Building a frame. Start by constructing a frame for your shelter. Use sturdy branches or logs to create a basic structure. The frame should be strong enough to withstand wind and other weather conditions. Consider using a triangular or A-frame design, as it provides stability and sheds water effectively. Adding walls and roof. After building the frame, it's time to add walls and a roof to your shelter. Use smaller branches, leaves, or palm fronds to create a thatched roof. This will provide insulation and protection from rain. For the walls, you can use larger branches or rocks to create a solid barrier against wind and animals. Insulating the shelter. To make your shelter more comfortable, it's important to insulate it properly. Use leaves, grass, or moss to fill in any gaps between branches or rocks. This will help retain heat during cold nights and keep the interior cool during hot days. Insulation also acts as a barrier against insects and other small creatures. Improving stability. To ensure the stability of your shelter, reinforce the structure by adding additional support. Use vines or ropes to tie branches together, creating a more secure framework. This will prevent the shelter from collapsing during strong winds or heavy rain. Clearing the surrounding area. While constructing your shelter, it's essential to clear the surrounding area of any debris or potential hazards. Remove sharp rocks, thorny plants, or any other objects that may pose a danger. Clearing the area will not only make your shelter safer but also provide you with a sense of control and organization. Making the shelter comfortable. Once the basic structure is complete, focus on making the shelter as comfortable as possible. Gather dry leaves, grass, or soft materials to create a bedding area. This will provide insulation from the ground and make sleeping more comfortable. Consider adding a small seating area or storage space for your belongings. Maintaining and repairing the shelter. After constructing your shelter, it's important to regularly maintain and repair it. Inspect the structure for any signs of damage or wear and tear. Replace any broken branches or reinforce weak areas. By taking care of your shelter, you ensure its longevity and your own safety. Remember, a basic shelter is just the beginning. As you settle into your new environment, you may need to improve and expand your shelter to accommodate changing weather conditions or personal needs. In the next section, we will discuss how to improve your shelter for long-term survival. Constructing a basic shelter is a crucial step in surviving on a deserted island. It provides protection, comfort, and a sense of security. By following the steps outlined in this section, you will be well on your way to creating a safe and functional home in your new surroundings. 2.3 Improving shelter for long-term survival. Once you have constructed a basic shelter to protect yourself from the elements, it is important to consider ways to improve it for long-term survival on a deserted island. While your initial shelter may provide temporary relief, it is essential to make it more durable, comfortable, and secure to ensure your well-being in the long run. In this section, we will explore various techniques and strategies to enhance your shelter and make it suitable for extended stays on the island. Reinforcing the structure. To improve the durability of your shelter, reinforcing the structure is crucial. This involves strengthening the framework and ensuring that it can withstand harsh weather conditions. One effective way to reinforce your shelter is by using additional support beams or poles. These can be secured to the existing structure to provide extra stability. Look for sturdy branches or fallen trees that can be repurposed for this purpose. Another important aspect of reinforcing your shelter is securing it to the ground. This can be achieved by using rocks, logs, or stakes to anchor the structure firmly. By doing so, you can prevent it from being easily blown away by strong winds or washed away by heavy rains. Additionally, consider using natural materials such as vines or ropes to tie the different parts of your shelter together. This will further enhance its stability and resilience. Insulating the shelter. As you settle into long-term survival on the deserted island, it is essential to make your shelter more comfortable and suitable for different weather conditions. Insulating the shelter will help regulate the temperature inside and protect you from extreme heat or cold. One effective way to insulate your shelter is by adding a layer of natural materials such as leaves, grass, or moss to the walls and roof. These materials act as insulation, trapping air and providing a barrier against temperature fluctuations. In colder climates, it is important to focus on retaining heat within the shelter. Consider adding an additional layer of insulation by creating a double wall or using thicker materials. This will help to minimize heat loss and keep you warm during chilly nights. In warmer climates, focus on providing shade and improving ventilation. You can achieve this by adding a thatched roof or creating openings in the walls to allow for better airflow. Expanding the living space. As you adapt to life on the deserted island, you may find the need to expand your living space. This can be achieved by creating additional rooms or areas within your shelter. For example, you can partition off a section of your shelter to serve as a storage area for food, tools, and other supplies. This will help keep your living space organized and prevent clutter. Consider building separate areas for specific activities such as cooking, sleeping, and relaxation. This will not only make your shelter more functional but also provide a sense of normalcy and routine. Use natural materials such as branches, rocks, or shells to create partitions or dividers within your shelter. This will give you a sense of privacy and allow you to have designated spaces for different activities. Improving comfort and hygiene. To ensure your well-being and maintain good hygiene, it is important to make your shelter as comfortable as possible. One way to achieve this is by creating a raised platform or bed off the ground. This will help keep you dry and protect you from crawling insects or dampness. Use sturdy branches or logs to create a frame and cover it with leaves, grass, or other soft materials for added comfort. Consider creating a designated area for personal hygiene within your shelter. This can be a small corner where you can wash yourself and dispose of waste properly. Dig a hole away from your shelter to serve as a latrine and cover it up after each use. This will help maintain cleanliness and prevent the spread of diseases. Adding personal touches. While survival on a deserted island can be challenging, it is important to find joy and comfort in your surroundings. Adding personal touches to your shelter can help create a sense of home and boost your morale. Collect seashells, rocks, or other natural objects that you find appealing and use them to decorate your shelter. Create a small altar or display area where you can keep meaningful items or mementos. Consider creating a seating area outside your shelter where you can relax and enjoy the beauty of nature. Use rocks or logs to create simple benches or chairs. This will provide you with a space to unwind and appreciate the tranquility of your surroundings. Remember, improving your shelter for long-term survival is an ongoing process. Continuously assess and make necessary adjustments to ensure that it remains sturdy, comfortable, and suitable for your needs. By taking the time to enhance your shelter, you will create a more livable environment and increase your chances of thriving on the deserted island. 2.4 Protecting against the elements. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the most crucial aspects of survival is protecting yourself against the elements. The harsh conditions of the island can pose significant threats to your health and well-being. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques to safeguard yourself from the elements and ensure your survival. Understanding the elements. Before we delve into the protective measures, it is essential to understand the elements you will be facing on the deserted island. The primary elements to consider are sun. The sun's rays can be intense and lead to sunburn, dehydration, and heat stroke. Rain. Frequent rainfall can make the island damp and increase the risk of hypothermia. Wind. Strong winds can make the island feel colder and cause windburn. Temperature. Extreme temperatures, whether hot or cold, can be detrimental to your health. Humidity. High humidity levels can make it challenging to regulate body temperature and lead to dehydration. Clothing and protection. Proper clothing is vital for protecting yourself against the elements. Here are some guidelines to follow. Sun protection. Wear lightweight, loose-fitting clothing that covers your skin to minimize sun exposure. Additionally, use a wide-brimmed hat, sunglasses, and sunscreen with a high SPF to shield yourself from harmful UV rays. Rain protection. Invest in a waterproof jacket or poncho to keep yourself dry during rainfall. It is also advisable to have waterproof footwear to prevent your feet from getting wet. Wind protection. Layer your clothing to create insulation against the wind. A windbreaker or a windproof jacket can provide an additional barrier. Temperature regulation. Dress in layers to adjust to fluctuating temperatures. Use thermal or moisture-wicking base layers to keep your body warm in colder conditions and breathable fabrics to stay cool in hot weather. Humidity management. Choose clothing made from lightweight and breathable materials to allow sweat to evaporate. This will help prevent overheating and discomfort. Shelter. Building a sturdy shelter is crucial for protecting yourself from the elements. Here are some considerations. Location. Choose a shelter location that provides natural protection from wind, rain, and direct sunlight. Look for areas with natural barriers like trees, rocks, or caves. Materials. Utilize available resources such as branches, leaves, and vines to construct a shelter. Ensure that the materials are sturdy enough to withstand the elements. Insulation. Add insulation to your shelter to regulate temperature. Use natural materials like leaves, grass, or even animal fur to create a barrier against heat or cold. Waterproofing. To protect against rain, cover your shelter with large leaves, bark, or any other waterproof material you can find. This will help keep the interior dry and prevent water from seeping through. Elevated sleeping area. If possible, create an elevated sleeping area to avoid direct contact with the ground. This will provide insulation and protect you from dampness and insects. Fire. Fire is not only essential for cooking and purifying water but also for providing warmth and protection against the elements. Here's how fire can help. Warmth. Build a fire near your shelter to keep warm during colder nights. The heat from the fire will help regulate your body temperature and prevent hypothermia. Drying. Use the fire to dry wet clothing and gear. Wet clothes can lead to hypothermia, so it is crucial to dry them thoroughly. Smoke. The smoke from the fire can act as a natural insect repellent, keeping mosquitoes and other pests away from your shelter. Signaling. In case of rescue, a well-maintained fire can act as a signal to attract attention from passing boats or aircraft. Hydration and nutrition. Proper hydration and nutrition are essential for maintaining your body's resilience against the elements. Here are some tips. Water. Stay hydrated by collecting and purifying water regularly. Dehydration can lead to various health issues, so it is crucial to drink enough water throughout the day. Food. Consume a balanced diet to provide your body with the necessary nutrients. Focus on gathering edible plants, fruits, and seafood to supplement your diet. Avoid consuming unknown or potentially poisonous plants. Storage. Protect your food and water from the elements by storing them in waterproof containers or using natural methods like burying them in the ground or hanging them from trees. Conclusion. Protecting yourself against the elements is vital for your survival on a deserted island. By understanding the elements, wearing appropriate clothing, building a sturdy shelter, utilizing fire, and maintaining proper hydration and nutrition, you can increase your chances of thriving in this challenging environment. Remember, adaptability and resourcefulness are key to overcoming the obstacles posed by the elements and ensuring your long-term survival. 3. Finding food and water. 3.1 Identifying edible plants and fruits. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the most crucial skills for survival is the ability to identify edible plants and fruits. Knowing which plants are safe to eat can provide you with a sustainable source of nutrition and increase your chances of long-term survival. However, it is important to approach this task with caution, as some plants can be toxic or harmful if consumed. In this section, we will explore various methods to identify edible plants and fruits, as well as some common examples that you may encounter on a deserted island. Understanding the basics of plant identification. Before you start foraging for food, it is essential to understand the basics of plant identification. Here are a few key points to keep in mind. Research and preparation. Prior to your adventure, it is advisable to study and familiarize yourself with the native flora of the region where you will be stranded. This knowledge will help you identify plants more accurately and avoid potential dangers. Physical characteristics. Pay attention to the physical characteristics of plants, such as leaves, stems, flowers, and fruits. These features can provide valuable clues about their edibility. Look for patterns, colors, and shapes that are commonly associated with edible plants. Smell and taste. While it is not recommended to taste unknown plants without proper identification, some edible plants have distinct smells or flavors that can help you determine their edibility. However, exercise caution and avoid tasting plants unless you are certain they are safe to eat. Consult local resources. If you have access to books, field guides, or local experts, utilize these resources to enhance your knowledge of edible plants in the area. Local knowledge can be invaluable in identifying safe food sources. Common edible plants and fruits. Here are some examples of edible plants and fruits that you may encounter on a deserted island. Coconut palm, Cocos nucifera. The coconut palm is a versatile and abundant source of food and water. The coconut itself provides both nourishing water and a nutritious meat that can be eaten raw or cooked. Additionally, the palm fronds can be used for shelter and various other purposes. Banana, Musa spp. Bananas are a tropical fruit that grows in clusters and can provide a significant amount of energy. They are easily recognizable with their elongated shape and yellow color when ripe. Bananas can be eaten raw or cooked and can be a valuable source of vitamins and minerals. Pineapple, Ananas camosus. Pineapples are a delicious tropical fruit that can be found in some deserted island environments. They have a spiky exterior and a sweet, juicy interior. Pineapples are rich in vitamin C and can be eaten raw or used in various recipes. Mango, Mangifera indica. Mangoes are another tropical fruit that can provide a refreshing and nutritious snack. They have a distinctive shape, with a large seed in the center and a juicy, sweet flesh surrounding it. Mangoes can be eaten raw or used in salads, smoothies, or desserts. Papaya, Carica papaya. Papayas are a tropical fruit with a vibrant orange color and a sweet, tropical flavor. They are rich in vitamins A and C and can be eaten raw or used in various culinary preparations. Wild berries. Depending on the region, you may come across various types of wild berries, such as blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. These berries are typically safe to eat and can provide a good source of vitamins and antioxidants. Edible greens. Some edible greens, such as dandelion leaves, plantain, or wild spinach, can be found in certain environments. These greens can be consumed raw or cooked and are a good source of vitamins and minerals. Remember, this is just a small sample of edible plants and fruits that you may encounter. It is crucial to research and identify the specific plants in your environment to ensure their safety for consumption. Testing for edibility. When encountering an unfamiliar plant, it is essential to exercise caution and follow a systematic approach to determine its edibility. Here are some steps to consider. Positive identification. Use your knowledge and available resources to positively identify the plant. Look for distinctive features and compare them to known edible plants. Perform the universal edibility test. If you are unsure about a plant's edibility, you can perform the universal edibility test as a last resort. This test involves a series of steps to determine if a plant is safe to eat. However, it is important to note that this test should only be used in extreme situations, as it carries some risks. Start with small portions. Even if a plant is identified as edible, it is advisable to start with small portions to test your body's reaction. Some individuals may have allergies or sensitivities to certain plants, so it is crucial to monitor your body's response. Avoid plants with warning signs. Some plants have clear warning signs, such as thorns, spines, or milky sap. It is generally best to avoid these plants unless you have extensive knowledge of their edibility. Conclusion. Identifying edible plants and fruits is a vital skill for survival on a deserted island. By understanding the basics of plant identification, researching local flora, and utilizing available resources, you can increase your chances of finding safe and nutritious food sources. Remember to exercise caution, start with small portions, and avoid plants with warning signs. With practice and knowledge, you can turn the island's vegetation into a sustainable source of nourishment. 3.2 Hunting and Fishing Techniques. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the most crucial skills you need to develop is the ability to hunt and fish for your own food. While it may seem daunting at first, with the right techniques and knowledge, you can successfully catch and gather enough sustenance to survive. In this section, we will explore various hunting and fishing techniques that will help you secure a steady source of protein and nourishment. Hunting techniques. Hunting on a deserted island requires patience, observation, and adaptability. While you may not have access to firearms or traditional hunting tools, there are still effective methods you can employ to catch small game. 1. Primitive traps and snares. One of the most efficient ways to catch small animals is by setting up primitive traps and snares. These can be constructed using natural materials found on the island, such as sticks, vines, and rocks. The key is to understand the behavior and habits of the animals you are targeting. For example, you can create a simple snare by tying a noose with a strong vine and placing it along a game trail. When an animal walks through the snare, it will tighten around its neck or leg, trapping it. It is important to check your traps regularly to ensure the humane treatment of the animals and to prevent them from escaping. 2. Improvised weapons. In the absence of traditional hunting weapons, you can fashion improvised tools from natural materials. Sharpened sticks can be used as spears for hunting small fish or birds. You can also create a bow and arrow using flexible branches and sturdy vines. Practice your aim and accuracy to increase your chances of a successful hunt. 3. Tracking and stealth. Developing tracking skills will greatly enhance your hunting abilities. Learn to identify animal tracks, scat, and other signs of their presence. By understanding their behavior and movement patterns, you can anticipate their movements and position yourself accordingly. Additionally, mastering the art of stealth is crucial when hunting. Move slowly and quietly, being mindful of your surroundings. Avoid sudden movements or loud noises that may alert your prey. Blend in with the environment and use natural cover to your advantage. Fishing techniques. Fishing is another essential skill for survival on a deserted island. The ocean, rivers, and lakes surrounding the island can provide a bountiful source of protein and nutrients. Here are some effective fishing techniques to consider. 1. Hand fishing. Hand fishing, also known as noodling, is a technique that involves catching fish using only your hands. This method is particularly useful for catching slow-moving or bottom-dwelling fish, such as catfish. By reaching into underwater crevices or holes, you can grab the fish and pull it out. However, be cautious when attempting this technique, as some fish may have sharp teeth or spines that can cause injury. It is essential to identify the species of fish you are targeting and understand their behavior to minimize the risk. 2. Spearfishing. Spearfishing is a technique that requires a combination of skill, patience, and accuracy. With a sharpened stick or improvised spear, you can hunt fish in shallow waters. Observe the movement patterns of the fish and aim for a clean and precise strike. It is important to note that spearfishing can be physically demanding and may require practice to develop the necessary skills. Always prioritize safety and avoid targeting large or dangerous fish that may pose a threat. 3. Net fishing. Constructing a fishing net can significantly increase your chances of catching fish. Use vines, ropes, or even clothing to create a net with small mesh openings. Position the net in a strategic location, such as a narrow channel or near a school of fish, and wait patiently for the fish to swim into the net. Ensure that the net is properly secured and that you are monitoring it regularly. This method allows you to catch multiple fish at once, increasing your chances of a successful catch. 4. Improvised fishing gear. In addition to the techniques mentioned above, you can also improvise fishing gear using available resources. For example, fashioning a fishing line from vines or strands of clothing and attaching a makeshift hook made from a sharpened stick or bone can be effective. Bait the hook with small pieces of food or insects to attract fish. Remember to be resourceful and adapt to the environment. Experiment with different techniques and observe the behavior of the fish in your surroundings to determine the most effective method for your situation. By mastering these hunting and fishing techniques, you will be able to supplement your diet with a variety of protein-rich food sources. However, it is important to approach hunting and fishing with respect for the environment and the animals you encounter. Practice sustainable methods and only take what you need to ensure the long-term survival of both yourself and the ecosystem around you. 3.3 Collecting and purifying water. Water is essential for survival, and finding a reliable source of clean water is crucial when stranded on a deserted island. Without access to clean water, dehydration can quickly set in, leading to a range of health issues and even death. In this section, we will explore various methods for collecting and purifying water to ensure your hydration and survival. Collecting water. Rainwater collection. One of the easiest ways to collect water is by harnessing the power of rain. Set up a collection system using large leaves, a tarp, or any other waterproof material to catch rainwater. Create a funnel shape to direct the water into a container or dig a shallow hole to collect the water directly from the ground. Dew collection. In areas with high humidity, you can collect water from dew. Tie a cloth or absorbent material around your ankles and walk through tall grass or vegetation early in the morning. The moisture will be absorbed by the cloth, which you can then wring out into a container. Coastal water collection. If you are stranded on an island with access to the ocean, you can collect water by building a solar still. Dig a hole in the sand near the shoreline and place a container in the center. Cover the hole with a plastic sheet, securing the edges with rocks or sand. As the sun heats the sand, the water evaporates, condenses on the plastic sheet, and drips into the container. Plant transpiration. Some plants, such as bamboo, can provide a source of water through transpiration. Cut a section of bamboo and seal one end. Place the sealed end in a container and secure it in an upright position. As the plant transpires, water will collect in the container. Rock cavities. Look for natural rock formations or crevices that may hold water. Use a container or cloth to soak up the water from these cavities. Be cautious of stagnant water, as it may contain harmful bacteria or parasites. Tree vines. Certain types of vines, such as the liana vine, can store water within their stems. Cut a section of the vine and puncture it to release the water. Collect the water in a container or drink directly from the vine. Purifying water. While collecting water is essential, it is equally important to purify it to remove any harmful bacteria, parasites, or contaminants. Here are some methods for purifying water. Boiling. Boiling water is one of the most effective ways to kill bacteria and parasites. Bring the water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute to ensure it is safe to drink. Allow the water to cool before consuming. Chemical purification. If you don't have access to fire or the means to boil water, chemical purification tablets or drops can be used. Follow the instructions provided with the tablets or drops to effectively purify the water. Solar disinfection. If you have access to sunlight, you can use solar disinfection to purify water. Fill a clear plastic bottle with water and place it in direct sunlight for at least 6 hours. The UV rays from the sun will kill most bacteria and parasites, making the water safe to drink. Improvised filtration. If you have access to basic materials, you can create an improvised filtration system. Layer a container with charcoal, sand, and gravel, allowing the water to pass through each layer. This method helps remove larger particles and some bacteria, but it may not eliminate all contaminants. Water purification straw. If you have a water purification straw or filter, use it to drink directly from water sources. These portable devices are designed to remove bacteria and parasites, providing you with safe drinking water. Remember, even if the water appears clear, it may still contain harmful microorganisms. It is crucial to purify all water sources before consuming them to avoid waterborne illnesses. Water conservation. In a survival situation, it is essential to conserve water to ensure your long-term survival. Here are some tips for water conservation. Drink wisely. Drink small sips of water throughout the day rather than gulping it down all at once. This helps your body absorb the water more efficiently and reduces the frequency of urination. Avoid excessive sweating. Minimize physical exertion during the hottest parts of the day to prevent excessive sweating and water loss. Rest in shaded areas and conserve your energy. Reuse water. Whenever possible, reuse water for multiple purposes. For example, use water used for washing dishes to water plants or for personal hygiene. Cover water containers. Keep water containers covered to prevent evaporation and contamination. Stay cool. Avoid direct sunlight and seek shade to reduce perspiration and water loss through sweating. By implementing these water collection, purification, and conservation techniques, you can ensure a reliable source of clean water, increasing your chances of survival on a deserted island. Remember to prioritize hydration and make water collection and purification a daily routine. 3.4 Creating traps and snares. When you find yourself stranded on a deserted island, one of the most crucial skills you need to develop is the ability to find food. While foraging for edible plants and fruits is a good start, it may not always provide you with enough sustenance. That's where creating traps and snares comes in handy. These tools can help you catch small game, such as birds, rodents, and even fish, significantly increasing your chances of survival. In this section, we will explore various techniques for creating effective traps and snares. Understanding the basics. Before we delve into specific trap and snare designs, it's important to understand the basic principles behind them. Traps and snares work by exploiting the natural behaviors and instincts of animals. They are designed to either immobilize the animal or create a situation where it becomes trapped or entangled. When constructing traps and snares, keep in mind the following key principles. Location. Choose a location for your trap or snare that is likely to attract animals. Look for signs of animal activity, such as tracks, droppings, or feeding areas. Consider setting up near a water source or along animal trails. Camouflage. Conceal your traps and snares as much as possible to avoid scaring away potential prey. Use natural materials, such as leaves, branches, and rocks, to blend them into the surroundings. Bait. Lure animals into your traps and snares by using bait. This can be anything from edible plants or fruits to small pieces of food you may have salvaged from your surroundings. Tension. Ensure that your traps and snares have enough tension to effectively catch and hold the animal. This can be achieved by using flexible materials, such as vines or cordage, and creating a mechanism that tightens when triggered. Now that we have covered the basics, let's explore some specific trap and snare designs that you can create using the resources available on a deserted island. Deadfall traps. One of the simplest and most effective traps you can construct is the deadfall trap. This trap relies on a heavy object, such as a large rock or log, to crush the animal when triggered. Here's how you can create a basic deadfall trap. Find a sturdy branch or log that can act as the base of your trap. It should be long enough to support the weight of the deadfall object. Prop up the base using smaller sticks or rocks, creating a space for the deadfall object to rest. Attach a trigger mechanism to the base using cordage or vines. This can be a small stick or a piece of wood that holds the deadfall object in place. Bait the trigger mechanism with food or use a trail of bait leading to the trap. Carefully position the deadfall object on top of the trigger mechanism, ensuring that it is balanced and ready to fall when triggered. Test the trap by gently triggering the mechanism. Make any necessary adjustments to ensure it functions properly. Remember to exercise caution when setting up and triggering deadfall traps, as they can be dangerous if mishandled. Snare traps. Snare traps are another effective method for catching small game. They work by using a noose or loop to entangle the animal's neck or limbs, preventing it from escaping. Here's how you can create a basic snare trap. Find a flexible and durable material for your snare, such as cordage, vines, or even stripped bark from trees. Create a loop in the material, ensuring that it is large enough to fit around the animal's neck or limbs. Attach the loop to a sturdy anchor point, such as a tree branch or a stake driven into the ground. Position the snare in an area where animals are likely to pass through, such as along a game trail or near a feeding area. Bait the area around the snare to attract animals and increase the chances of success. Ensure that the snare is set at the appropriate height and tension, taking into consideration the size of the target animal. Regularly check your snares for any caught animals and reset them as needed. It's important to note that snare traps can cause injury or death to animals. Therefore, it's crucial to use them responsibly and ethically, only for survival purposes. Fish traps. If you find yourself near a body of water, fish traps can be an excellent way to catch fish without the need for active hunting or fishing. Here's a simple design for a fish trap. Find a container or create one using natural materials, such as rocks or sticks. The container should have an opening large enough for fish to enter but small enough to prevent their escape. Position the container in a strategic location, such as near a shallow area or along a stream where fish are likely to swim. Bait the trap with food or use a funnel-like entrance to guide fish into the container. Create a barrier or funnel at the entrance of the trap to prevent fish from swimming out once they enter. Check the trap regularly and collect any caught fish. Remember to check local regulations and restrictions regarding fishing methods and seasons to ensure you are not violating any laws. Improvisation and adaptation. While the trap and snare designs mentioned above are effective, it's important to remember that every situation is unique, and you may need to improvise and adapt based on the available resources and the behavior of local wildlife. Experiment with different designs and techniques, and learn from your successes and failures. Creating traps and snares requires patience, observation, and a deep understanding of the animals you are targeting. It's essential to approach trapping with respect for the animals and the environment. Use these skills responsibly and ethically, ensuring that you are only using them for survival purposes. By mastering the art of creating traps and snares, you significantly increase your chances of obtaining a reliable source of food, making your survival on a deserted island more sustainable. 4. Fire making and cooking. 4.1 Mastering fire making skills. Fire is one of the most essential elements for survival on a deserted island. It provides warmth, light, a means of cooking food, and a way to signal for rescue. Mastering fire-making skills is crucial for your survival and should be one of your top priorities. In this section, we will explore various techniques and strategies to help you become proficient in starting and maintaining a fire. Understanding the importance of fire. Fire serves multiple purposes in a survival situation. It provides warmth during cold nights, helps dry wet clothing and gear, wards off dangerous animals, and acts as a psychological boost by providing a sense of security and comfort. Additionally, fire is essential for cooking food, purifying water, and signaling for rescue. Therefore, it is crucial to understand the significance of fire and its role in your survival. Gathering firewood and tinder. Before you can start a fire, you need to gather the necessary materials. Firewood and tinder are the two main components required for a successful fire. Firewood refers to larger pieces of wood that will sustain the fire once it is ignited, while tinder is the material that catches fire easily and helps ignite the larger pieces of wood. When gathering firewood, look for dry and dead branches that are easily broken. Fallen trees or branches that are off the ground are usually good sources of dry wood. Avoid using green or damp wood as it will be difficult to ignite and sustain a fire. Collect a variety of sizes, from small twigs to larger logs, to ensure a steady supply of fuel. Tinder can be found in various forms in nature. Dry leaves, grass, bark, and pine needles make excellent natural tinder. You can also create your own tinder by shredding dry bark or scraping the inner bark of certain trees to expose the fibrous material. Additionally, carrying a small supply of commercial fire starters or waterproof matches can be beneficial in case of wet conditions. Fire-making techniques. There are several fire-making techniques you can employ, depending on the resources available and your skill level. Here are a few commonly used methods. 1. Friction-based methods. Friction-based methods involve creating heat through the rapid rubbing or spinning of two objects. The most well-known friction-based fire-making technique is the bow drill method. This method requires a bow, a spindle, a fireboard, and a socket. By rapidly moving the bow back and forth, the spindle rotates against the fireboard, creating friction and generating heat. With practice, this method can produce an ember that can be transferred to a tinder bundle to start a fire. 2. Flint and steel. Using flint and steel is another effective method for starting a fire. Flint is a hard rock that, when struck against steel, produces sparks. These sparks can ignite a piece of char cloth or a tinder bundle. Char cloth is a piece of fabric that has been charred in the absence of oxygen, making it highly flammable. Once the char cloth catches a spark, it can be transferred to the tinder bundle to create a flame. 3. Magnifying glass or lens. If you have a magnifying glass or lens, you can use the power of the sun to start a fire. Position the lens in direct sunlight and focus the beam onto a small piece of tinder. The concentrated heat from the sun's rays will eventually ignite the tinder, allowing you to build a fire. 4. Fire plow. The fire plow method involves using a flat piece of wood and a smaller, pointed stick. By applying downward pressure and rapidly rubbing the pointed stick back and forth along the groove of the flat wood, friction is created, resulting in an ember. This ember can then be transferred to a tinder bundle to start a fire. Fire safety and maintenance. Once you have successfully started a fire, it is essential to practice proper fire safety and maintenance to ensure its longevity and prevent accidents. Here are some important guidelines to follow. Clear the area around the fire of any flammable materials, such as dry leaves or grass. Build a fire pit or use rocks to contain the fire and prevent it from spreading. Never leave a fire unattended and always fully extinguish it before leaving the area. Keep a supply of water nearby to extinguish the fire if necessary. Regularly add firewood to maintain a steady flame and prevent it from dying out. Use caution when adding larger pieces of wood to avoid smothering the fire. Avoid building a fire too close to your shelter or any flammable structures. Be mindful of wind direction to prevent sparks from igniting unintended areas. Dispose of ashes properly and ensure they are completely extinguished before leaving. By mastering fire-making skills and practicing proper fire safety, you will be better equipped to survive and thrive on a deserted island. Fire not only provides essential resources for survival but also offers a sense of comfort and security in the midst of solitude. Remember to always prioritize safety and be responsible when using fire in a survival situation. 4.2 Gathering firewood and tinder. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the most essential skills you need to master is the ability to gather firewood and tinder. Fire is not only crucial for warmth and cooking, but it also provides a sense of security and can be used as a signaling device for potential rescuers. In this section, we will explore various techniques and strategies for gathering firewood and tinder in order to ensure your survival and comfort on the island. Understanding the importance of firewood and tinder. Before we delve into the techniques of gathering firewood and tinder, it is important to understand the significance of these resources. Firewood refers to the larger pieces of wood that will sustain your fire over a longer period of time, while tinder refers to the smaller, easily ignitable materials that will help you start the fire. Both firewood and tinder are essential for maintaining a sustainable fire that will provide you with warmth, light, and the ability to cook food. Identifying suitable firewood. When searching for firewood on a deserted island, it is crucial to identify the right type of wood that will burn efficiently and produce a long-lasting fire. Look for dead or fallen trees, branches, or driftwood that are dry and free from moisture. Wet or green wood will be difficult to ignite and will produce excessive smoke. Additionally, avoid using wood that is rotten or infested with insects, as it will not burn effectively. Hardwoods such as oak, maple, and birch are excellent choices for firewood as they burn slowly and produce a steady heat. Softwoods like pine and cedar can also be used, but they burn faster and may require more frequent replenishment. It is advisable to gather a combination of both hardwood and softwood to maintain a balanced fire. Techniques for gathering firewood. Scouting the area. Begin by exploring the island and familiarizing yourself with the surroundings. Look for areas where fallen trees or branches are abundant. Beaches and areas near water sources are often good places to find driftwood. Breaking dead branches. Look for dead branches that are still attached to trees. These branches can be broken off easily and provide a good source of firewood. Use your hands or a sturdy stick to snap them off. Sawing fallen trees. If you come across fallen trees, use a saw or a sharp-edged rock to cut them into manageable pieces. Remember to conserve your energy and only cut what you need. Splitting logs. If you find larger logs that are too thick to burn efficiently, you can split them into smaller pieces using a sharp-edged rock or a knife. This will increase the surface area and allow for better combustion. Collecting driftwood. Along the shoreline, you may find driftwood that has washed ashore. This wood is often dry and weathered, making it an excellent source of firewood. Collect as much driftwood as you can carry and store it in a dry place. Gathering tinder. While firewood provides the fuel for your fire, tinder is the material that ignites easily and helps start the fire. Tinder can be found in various forms, and it is important to gather a sufficient amount before attempting to start a fire. Dry leaves and grass. Look for dry leaves, grass, or pine needles on the ground. These materials are highly flammable and make excellent tinder. Collect a generous amount and store it in a dry container or bag. Bark and shavings. Peel off the bark from dead trees or branches. The inner layers of the bark are often dry and can be shredded into fine pieces to use as tinder. You can also use a knife to scrape shavings from larger pieces of wood. Cotton balls or lint. If you have any cotton balls or lint from your clothing, these can be excellent sources of tinder. They catch fire easily and burn for a decent amount of time, giving you a chance to ignite the larger pieces of firewood. Dry fungi. Look for dry fungi, such as bracket fungi or tinder fungus, growing on trees. These fungi can be easily crumbled into a fine powder and used as tinder. Storing firewood and tinder. Once you have gathered an ample supply of firewood and tinder, it is important to store them properly to keep them dry and readily accessible. Find a sheltered area, away from moisture and rain, to store your firewood. Stack the wood in a way that allows for proper airflow to prevent mold or rot. Tinder should be stored in a waterproof container or bag to protect it from moisture. Keep it separate from the firewood to avoid accidental ignition. It is also a good idea to have multiple storage locations for firewood and tinder around your shelter, ensuring that you have easy access to them regardless of your location on the island. Remember, fire is a valuable resource that should be used responsibly. Always ensure that your fire is contained within a safe area and never leave it unattended. Practice proper fire safety techniques to prevent accidental wildfires and to maximize the benefits of fire for your survival on the deserted island. By mastering the art of gathering firewood and tinder, you will be equipped with the necessary skills to create and maintain a sustainable fire. This fire will not only provide you with warmth, light, and the ability to cook food, but it will also serve as a source of comfort and security during your time of solitude on the deserted island. 4.3 Cooking Techniques and Recipes. Cooking on a deserted island can be a challenging task, but with the right techniques and recipes, you can turn your survival meals into delicious and nourishing experiences. In this section, we will explore various cooking techniques that can be used on a deserted island, as well as provide you with some simple and tasty recipes to try. Cooking techniques. Open fire cooking. One of the most common and versatile cooking methods on a deserted island is open fire cooking. It allows you to cook a wide range of foods, from fish and meat to vegetables and grains. To cook over an open fire, you will need to master the art of fire making, which was covered in section 4.1. Once you have a fire going, you can use various techniques to cook your food. Skewering. Skewering food on sticks and roasting it over the fire is a simple and effective way to cook. This method works well for fish, meat, and vegetables. Make sure to turn the skewers regularly to ensure even cooking. Grilling. If you have access to a flat rock or metal grate, you can use it as a makeshift grill. Place the food directly on the surface and cook it over the fire. This method is great for cooking fish fillets, steaks, and vegetables. Dutch oven cooking. If you have a cast iron Dutch oven or a similar cooking pot, you can use it to prepare stews, soups, and even bake bread. Simply place the pot over the fire and add your ingredients. Remember to stir occasionally and adjust the heat by adding or removing coals. Steam cooking. Another cooking technique that can be used on a deserted island is steam cooking. This method is ideal for cooking vegetables, grains, and even seafood. Here's how you can do it. Dig a hole. Start by digging a hole in the ground, about 1 to 2 feet deep and wide enough to accommodate your cooking vessel. Heat rocks. Collect some medium-sized rocks and place them in your fire. Let them heat up for at least an hour. Prepare your food. Wrap your food in banana leaves, aluminum foil, or any other suitable material. This will help retain moisture and prevent it from burning. Create a steam bed. Once the rocks are hot, carefully remove them from the fire using tongs or sticks. Place them in the bottom of the hole you dug. Add your food. Place your wrapped food on top of the hot rocks, making sure it is not in direct contact with them. Cover and seal. Cover the hole with a metal sheet, large leaves, or any other material you have available. Seal the edges with sand or dirt to trap the steam inside. Cook and monitor. Leave your food to steam for the required time, depending on the ingredients. Check on it periodically to ensure it is cooking evenly. Pit roasting. Pit roasting is a traditional cooking method that involves digging a pit, heating it with fire, and then placing food inside to cook slowly. This technique is excellent for cooking large cuts of meat, such as whole fish, poultry, or even a pig if you have access to one. Here's how you can do it. Dig a pit. Dig a pit in the ground, large enough to accommodate your food in the fire. The pit should be deep enough to allow for a layer of hot coals at the bottom. Start the fire. Build a fire in the pit and let it burn until you have a good bed of hot coals. Prepare your food. Season your meat or fish with salt, herbs, and spices. You can also stuff it with fruits, vegetables, or herbs for added flavor. Wrap in leaves. Wrap your food in large leaves, such as banana leaves or palm fronds. This will help keep the moisture in and protect it from direct contact with the fire. Place in the pit. Carefully place your wrapped food on top of the hot coals in the pit. Make sure it is well covered and surrounded by hot coals. Cover and seal. Cover the pit with a metal sheet, large rocks, or any other material you have available. Seal the edges with sand or dirt to trap the heat inside. Slow cook. Leave your food to cook slowly in the pit for several hours, depending on the size and type of meat or fish. Check on it occasionally to ensure it is cooking evenly. Recipes. Now that you have learned some cooking techniques, let's explore a few simple and delicious recipes that you can try on a deserted island. Coconut curry with fish ingredients. Fresh fish fillets. Coconut milk from freshly harvested coconuts or canned curry powder or paste. Garlic cloves, minced onion, chopped ginger, grated salt and pepper to taste. Fresh herbs such as cilantro or basil for garnish instructions. In a pot or pan, heat some coconut milk over the fire. Add the minced garlic, chopped onion, and grated ginger. Sauté until fragrant. Stir in the curry powder or paste and cook for a few minutes to release the flavors. Add the fish fillets to the pot and season with salt and pepper. Pour in more coconut milk to cover the fish. Simmer the curry gently until the fish is cooked through and tender. Serve the coconut curry over cooked rice or with breadfruit, if available. Garnish with fresh herbs before serving. Grilled vegetable skewers. Ingredients. Assorted vegetables such as bell peppers, zucchini, eggplant, and cherry tomatoes. Olive oil. Salt and pepper to taste. Lemon juice, optional. Instructions. Cut the vegetables into bite-sized pieces. Thread the vegetables onto skewers, alternating the types for variety. Brush the skewers with olive oil and season with salt and pepper. Grill the skewers over the open fire, turning them occasionally, until the vegetables are tender and slightly charred. Squeeze some lemon juice over the skewers before serving, if desired. These are just a few examples of the many cooking techniques and recipes you can explore while surviving on a deserted island. Remember to be resourceful and adapt to the ingredients and tools available to you. Cooking can not only provide sustenance but also bring comfort and joy during your time in solitude. 4.4 Fire Safety and Maintenance. Fire is an essential element for survival on a deserted island. It provides warmth, light, and the ability to cook food. However, it is crucial to understand the importance of fire safety and maintenance to prevent accidents and ensure long-term survival. In this section, we will explore the necessary precautions to take when dealing with fire and how to maintain it effectively. 4.4.1 Fire Safety Precautions. Before starting a fire, it is essential to consider the safety precautions to minimize the risk of accidents. Here are some guidelines to follow. Choose a safe location. Select an area away from any flammable materials, such as dry grass, leaves, or overhanging branches. Clear the area around the fire pit to create a safe zone. Build a fire pit. Dig a shallow pit and surround it with rocks or stones to contain the fire. This will help prevent the fire from spreading. Keep a water source nearby. Always have a bucket of water or a fire extinguisher nearby to extinguish the fire if necessary. It is crucial to be prepared for any unforeseen circumstances. Monitor the weather conditions. Be aware of the wind direction and strength. Avoid starting a fire during strong winds as it can quickly spread and become uncontrollable. Never leave the fire unattended. Always stay near the fire and never leave it unattended. Even a small fire can quickly grow out of control and cause significant damage. Extinguish the fire completely. Before leaving the fire pit, ensure that the fire is completely extinguished. Pour water over the fire and stir the ashes to make sure there are no remaining embers. 4.4.2 Fire Maintenance. Once the fire is established, it is crucial to maintain it properly to ensure its longevity and usefulness. Here are some tips for effective fire maintenance. Gather enough firewood. Before starting the fire, gather an ample supply of firewood. Collect both small twigs and larger logs to maintain a steady flame. It is essential to have a continuous supply of fuel to keep the fire going. Arrange the firewood properly. Start by placing a layer of small twigs or dry leaves at the bottom of the fire pit. Gradually add larger sticks and logs, creating a pyramid shape. This arrangement allows for proper airflow and helps the fire burn efficiently. Feed the fire gradually. Avoid adding too much firewood at once, as it can smother the flames. Instead, add small amounts of fuel gradually to maintain a steady and controlled fire. Keep the fire well ventilated. Proper airflow is crucial for maintaining a healthy fire. Avoid overcrowding the fire pit with firewood, as it can restrict airflow and cause the fire to smolder. Leave enough space between the logs to allow oxygen to reach the flames. Remove ash buildup. Regularly remove the ash buildup from the fire pit to maintain proper airflow. Excess ash can smother the fire and reduce its efficiency. Use a stick or a small shovel to scoop out the ash and dispose of it safely. Monitor the fire's intensity. Pay attention to the size and intensity of the flames. If the fire becomes too large or starts to spread beyond the fire pit, take immediate action to control it. Use a stick or a shovel to push the burning logs back into the fire pit and reduce the flames. Use fire for cooking. Utilize the fire for cooking food whenever possible. Cooking over an open flame not only provides nourishment but also helps conserve resources. Use a grill or skewers to cook meat and vegetables, and make use of rocks or flat surfaces as makeshift cooking surfaces. Remember, fire is a powerful tool, but it can also be dangerous if not handled with care. Always prioritize safety and take the necessary precautions to prevent accidents. By following these fire safety and maintenance guidelines, you can ensure a reliable source of warmth, light, and sustenance during your time on a deserted island. 5. Navigating and signaling for rescue. 5.1 Understanding basic navigation techniques. When stranded on a deserted island, understanding basic navigation techniques is crucial for your survival. Navigating your surroundings will not only help you explore the island but also increase your chances of finding rescue or locating essential resources. In this section, we will discuss some fundamental navigation techniques that will assist you in finding your way on the island. Using the sun and stars. One of the most reliable and ancient methods of navigation is using the sun and stars. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, providing a general sense of direction. By observing the position of the sun throughout the day, you can determine east and west, which will help you establish a basic sense of direction. At night, the stars can guide you. The North Star, also known as Polaris, is a fixed point in the sky that can help you find your way north. To locate the North Star, find the Big Dipper constellation and follow the two stars at the end of the cup. They will lead you to Polaris, which is approximately in line with the Earth's axis of rotation. Using natural landmarks. Another effective method of navigation is using natural landmarks. Familiarize yourself with the island's topography and identify prominent features such as mountains, cliffs, or distinctive trees. These landmarks can serve as reference points, helping you navigate and find your way back to your shelter or important locations. If you need to explore further, leave markers or signs along your path to ensure you can retrace your steps. These markers can be as simple as broken branches, stacked rocks, or even arrows made from natural materials. By creating a trail, you can minimize the risk of getting lost and increase your chances of finding your way back. Creating and using a compass. If you have access to basic materials, you can create a makeshift compass to aid in navigation. To make a compass, you will need a small piece of metal, such as a needle or a paperclip, and a leaf or a small piece of cork. Rub the metal against your clothing or hair in one direction to magnetize it. Place the magnetized metal on the leaf or cork, and float it in a small container of water. The metal will align itself with the Earth's magnetic field, indicating the north-south direction. Once you have your makeshift compass, you can use it to determine your heading. Hold the compass flat and level, ensuring that it is not influenced by any nearby metal objects. The end of the needle that points to the north indicates the opposite direction, which is south. By using your compass in conjunction with other navigation techniques, you can navigate the island more accurately. Observing animal behavior. Animals can provide valuable clues about your surroundings and help you navigate. Pay attention to the behavior of birds, as they often fly in the direction of land. Seabirds, in particular, tend to fly towards the nearest landmass, which can indicate the direction of civilization or a nearby island. Additionally, observing the movement of marine animals, such as fish or turtles, can provide insights into ocean currents. These currents can help you determine the direction of nearby land or potential rescue routes. By studying the behavior of animals, you can gather valuable information to aid in your navigation efforts. Using improvised signaling devices. In addition to navigation, it is essential to have the means to signal for rescue. Creating and using improvised signaling devices can greatly increase your chances of being spotted by passing ships or aircraft. One effective method is to create a signal fire. Find an open area on the beach or a high point on the island and gather dry wood and kindling. Use your fire-making skills to start a fire and create a thick column of smoke. The smoke will attract attention and serve as a visible signal during the day. Another signaling technique is using reflective materials. If you have access to a mirror, a piece of glass, or even aluminum foil, you can use it to reflect sunlight towards potential rescuers. Direct the reflected light in the direction of passing ships or aircraft, increasing the likelihood of being noticed. Conclusion. Understanding basic navigation techniques is essential for survival on a deserted island. By using the sun and stars, identifying natural landmarks, creating and using a compass, observing animal behavior, and utilizing improvised signaling devices, you can navigate your surroundings more effectively. Remember to stay calm, think logically, and use all available resources to increase your chances of rescue and survival. 5.2 Creating and using signaling devices. When you find yourself stranded on a deserted island, one of your primary goals is to attract the attention of potential rescuers. Creating and using signaling devices can greatly increase your chances of being spotted and ultimately rescued. In this section, we will explore various methods to create effective signaling devices and provide tips on how to use them efficiently. 5.2.1 Building a signal fire. A signal fire is one of the most effective ways to attract attention from a distance. To build a signal fire, you will need to gather dry and combustible materials such as dead leaves, twigs, and branches. Follow these steps to create a signal fire. Choose an open area. Find a clear and open space on the beach or near your shelter where the fire can be easily seen from a distance. Prepare the fire pit. Clear away any debris or vegetation from the area where you plan to build the fire. Dig a shallow pit to contain the fire and prevent it from spreading. Gather firewood. Collect a significant amount of firewood, including larger logs, to sustain the fire for an extended period. Look for dry wood that will ignite easily. Build the fire. Start by creating a small tinder bundle using dry leaves, grass, or bark. Place the tinder bundle in the center of the fire pit. Surround the tinder with small twigs and gradually add larger sticks and logs to build the fire. Create smoke. To produce thick smoke, add green vegetation or damp materials to the fire. The smoke will make your signal more visible during the day. Maintain the fire. Keep the fire burning by adding additional firewood as needed. Ensure that the fire remains visible throughout the day and night. Remember to prioritize safety when building a signal fire. Choose a location that is far enough from any flammable materials and always have a means to extinguish the fire if necessary. 5.2.2 Using smoke signals. Smoke signals can be an effective way to communicate your presence to potential rescuers during the day. By creating distinct patterns and sequences of smoke, you can convey important messages. Follow these steps to use smoke signals. Choose a location. Find an open area where the smoke can rise unobstructed. A hilltop or a clearing near the beach is ideal. Build a small fire. Create a small fire using dry and combustible materials. Ensure that the fire produces a steady stream of smoke. Create smoke patterns. To create distinct smoke patterns, cover the fire with green vegetation or damp materials. This will produce thick smoke. Use a blanket or a piece of clothing to control the direction of the smoke. Create signals. Use short and long intervals of smoke to create signals. For example, 3 short bursts followed by a long burst can indicate distress. Experiment with different patterns to convey specific messages. Observe for responses. Keep a lookout for any aircraft, boats, or other potential rescuers. If you see any, continue producing smoke signals to attract their attention. Remember that smoke signals are most effective during clear weather conditions. Wind direction and speed can also affect the visibility and direction of the smoke, so be mindful of these factors when creating signals. 5.2.3 Using mirrors and reflective objects. Mirrors and reflective objects can be highly effective for signaling during daylight hours. They can reflect sunlight over long distances, catching the attention of passing aircraft or boats. Here's how to use mirrors and reflective objects for signaling. Find a mirror or reflective object. Look for any reflective surfaces among your belongings or in the environment. Compact mirrors, metal containers, or even CDs can work as signaling devices. Position yourself strategically. Stand in an open area where you have a clear line of sight to potential rescuers. Ensure that the sun is behind you, as this will maximize the reflection. Aim the reflection. Hold the mirror or reflective object in one hand and use your other hand to aim the reflection towards the target. Tilt the mirror at different angles until you see a bright flash of light. Flash the signal. Flash the mirror or reflective object in short bursts towards the target. Use Morse code to create a repetitive pattern, such as 3 short flashes followed by a pause. Maintain vigilance. Continuously scan the horizon for any signs of a response. Be patient and persistent, as it may take time for rescuers to notice your signals. Remember to keep the reflective surface clean and free from smudges or dirt, as this can diminish the effectiveness of the signal. Additionally, be cautious not to blind yourself or others with the reflected sunlight. 5.2.4 Creating distress signals. In addition to smoke signals and reflective objects, there are other ways to create distress signals that can attract attention. Here are a few methods you can use. SOS signals. The internationally recognized distress signal is SOS, which is represented by 3 short signals, followed by 3 long signals, and then 3 short signals again. You can create these signals using any means available, such as rocks, sticks, or even footprints in the sand. Signal flags. If you have access to fabric or clothing, you can create signal flags by tying them to a long stick or pole. Use bright colors such as red or orange to increase visibility. Whistles and horns. Carry a whistle or a horn with you at all times. These devices can produce loud and distinct sounds that can be heard over long distances. Use them to create a repetitive pattern, such as 3 short blasts followed by a pause. Ground-to-air signals. If you have access to an open area, use rocks or branches to create large symbols or letters on the ground. These symbols can be easily spotted by aircraft or drones flying overhead. Remember to use distress signals sparingly and only when you believe there is a high chance of being seen or heard by potential rescuers. Conserving your energy and resources is crucial for long-term survival. By creating and using signaling devices effectively, you significantly increase your chances of being noticed and rescued. Remember to remain vigilant and patient, as rescue efforts may take time. 5.3 Building and using a raft. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the most important skills you can possess is the ability to build and use a raft. A raft can serve as a means of transportation, allowing you to explore the surrounding waters, fish, and potentially even reach civilization. In this section, we will discuss the steps involved in building a raft and provide guidance on how to use it effectively. 5.3.1 Gathering materials. Before you can begin constructing your raft, you need to gather the necessary materials. Look for items that are buoyant and can be lashed together securely. Here are some common materials you can use. Logs or bamboo. These are ideal for the main structure of the raft. Look for logs or bamboo that are long and sturdy enough to support your weight. Vines or rope. These will be used to lash the logs or bamboo together. Look for strong vines or rope that can withstand the tension and provide stability. Leaves or bark. These can be used as a covering for the raft to provide some protection from the elements. Tools. If you have any tools, such as a knife or machete, they will be helpful in cutting and shaping the materials. However, if you don't have any tools, you can still construct a raft using natural resources. 5.3.2 Constructing the raft. Once you have gathered the necessary materials, it's time to start building your raft. Follow these steps. Select a suitable location. Look for a spot near the water where you can easily launch your raft. Avoid areas with strong currents or rough waves. Lay out the logs or bamboo. Place the logs or bamboo parallel to each other, leaving a small gap between them. The number of logs or bamboo you need will depend on their size and your weight. Secure the logs or bamboo. Use the vines or rope to tightly lash the logs or bamboo together. Start by tying a secure knot at one end and then wrap the vines or rope around the logs or bamboo, creating a crisscross pattern. Make sure the lashings are tight to ensure the raft's stability. Add cross beams. To provide additional support, place shorter logs or bamboo perpendicular to the main structure and lash them securely. Create a platform. Lay additional logs or bamboo across the main structure to create a platform. This will serve as the base of your raft. Cover the platform. Use leaves or bark to cover the platform, providing some protection from the elements. Secure the covering with vines or rope. Test the stability. Before launching your raft, test its stability by applying pressure and ensuring that it can support your weight. Make any necessary adjustments to the lashings or structure if needed. 5.3.3 Using the raft. Once your raft is constructed, it's time to put it to use. Here are some tips for using your raft effectively. Launching the raft. Carefully push the raft into the water, making sure it is floating properly. If the water is shallow, you may need to wade out and then climb onto the raft. Paddling techniques. If you don't have any paddles, you can use your hands or makeshift paddles, such as large leaves or pieces of wood. Use a paddling motion to propel the raft forward. Experiment with different techniques to find what works best for you. Navigation. Pay attention to the currents and wind direction to navigate effectively. If you're unsure of the direction, look for natural landmarks or use the sun or stars as a guide. Fishing. Your raft can also serve as a platform for fishing. Use a line and hook or create simple traps to catch fish. Be patient and observant, as fishing can take time and skill. Safety precautions. Always wear a life jacket if you have one or fashion a flotation device from available materials. Be cautious of strong currents or rough waters and avoid venturing too far from the shore. Return to shore. When you're ready to return to shore, approach slowly and carefully. Look for a suitable landing spot and be prepared to jump off the raft and wade back to the shore if necessary. Remember, building and using a raft requires careful planning and attention to safety. Always assess the conditions and your own abilities before embarking on any water journey. With the right skills and mindset, a raft can be a valuable tool for survival and potentially lead you to rescue or civilization. 5.4 Using natural landmarks for orientation. When you find yourself stranded on a deserted island, one of the most crucial skills you need to develop is the ability to navigate and find your way around. Without the aid of modern technology, such as GPS or compasses, you must rely on natural landmarks to orient yourself and navigate the island. In this section, we will explore various natural landmarks that can help you determine your location and find your way back to your shelter or other important areas on the island. Understanding natural landmarks. Natural landmarks are distinctive features in the environment that can serve as reference points for navigation. These landmarks can include mountains, hills, cliffs, rivers, lakes, trees, and even rock formations. By observing and understanding these natural features, you can create mental maps of the island and use them to guide your movements. Mountains and hills. Mountains and hills are excellent natural landmarks for orientation. They are often visible from a distance and can provide a sense of direction. By identifying prominent peaks or hills, you can establish a general understanding of the island's topography. For example, if you know that a particular mountain range is located to the north of your shelter, you can use it as a reference point when exploring other areas of the island. Cliffs and coastlines. Cliffs and coastlines are another set of natural landmarks that can be useful for navigation. If your island has cliffs or rocky shores, they can serve as boundaries or markers for different regions. By familiarizing yourself with the shape and location of these features, you can determine your position relative to them. For instance, if you come across a cliff while exploring, you can use it as a reference to find your way back to your shelter. Rivers and streams. Rivers and streams are valuable natural landmarks that can guide you through the island's interior. They often flow towards the sea or other bodies of water, making them excellent indicators of direction. By following a river or stream, you can navigate through dense vegetation or difficult terrain more easily. Additionally, rivers and streams can provide a source of fresh water, which is essential for your survival. Trees and vegetation. Trees and vegetation can also serve as useful natural landmarks. Look for distinctive trees or groups of trees that stand out from the surrounding landscape. These can include tall trees, unique shapes, or clusters of a particular species. By memorizing the location of these landmarks, you can create mental markers to guide your movements. Additionally, certain types of vegetation, such as bamboo or palm trees, can indicate the presence of water sources or potential food. Rock formations and caves. Rock formations and caves are unique features that can help you navigate and find shelter. Look for distinctive rock formations, such as large boulders or rock outcrops, that can serve as reference points. Caves, on the other hand, can provide temporary shelter or storage for supplies. By identifying and remembering the location of these landmarks, you can navigate the island more effectively and find safe places to rest or seek refuge. Sun, moon, and stars. While not technically natural landmarks, celestial bodies can also assist you in determining direction and time. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, providing a general sense of direction during the day. By observing the position of the sun throughout the day, you can estimate the cardinal directions. Similarly, the moon and stars can be used for navigation during the night. Learn to identify constellations or use the North Star, Polaris, to find north. Creating mental maps. To effectively use natural landmarks for orientation, it is essential to create mental maps of the island. As you explore and observe the environment, take note of the various landmarks and their relationships to one another. Visualize these landmarks in your mind and establish connections between them. By continuously updating and refining your mental map, you can navigate the island with greater confidence and accuracy. Practice and observation. Becoming proficient in using natural landmarks for orientation requires practice and keen observation. Spend time exploring the island and familiarizing yourself with its features. Observe how the landscape changes as you move from one area to another. Pay attention to the position of the sun, moon, and stars at different times of the day. By honing your observation skills and practicing navigation techniques, you will become more adept at using natural landmarks to find your way around the island. Remember, navigating using natural landmarks is not an exact science, and it requires constant adaptation and adjustment. Environmental factors such as weather conditions or changes in the landscape can affect the visibility of landmarks. Stay flexible and be prepared to modify your plans accordingly. With time and experience, you will develop a deeper understanding of the island's geography and become more confident in your ability to navigate using natural landmarks. 6. Surviving wildlife encounters. 6.1 Identifying dangerous animals and insects. When stranded on a deserted island, it is crucial to be aware of the potential dangers posed by the local wildlife. While many animals and insects are harmless, there are some that can pose a threat to your safety and well-being. By learning to identify these dangerous creatures, you can take appropriate precautions and minimize the risk of encounters. In this section, we will discuss some of the most common dangerous animals and insects you may encounter on a deserted island. Venomous snakes. Venomous snakes are a significant concern in many parts of the world, including deserted islands. It is essential to be able to identify venomous snakes and understand their behavior to avoid potential encounters. Some common venomous snakes include the rattlesnake, cobra, and coral snake. These snakes often have distinct markings, such as diamond-shaped patterns or bright colors, which can help you identify them from a safe distance. If you come across a snake, it is best to keep your distance and give it a wide berth to avoid any potential bites. Poisonous insects. Insects can also pose a threat on a deserted island, especially if they are venomous or carry diseases. Some common poisonous insects include spiders, scorpions, and certain species of ants. It is crucial to be able to identify these insects and understand their behavior to minimize the risk of bites or stings. Look out for warning signs such as bright colors, distinctive markings, or aggressive behavior. If you encounter a poisonous insect, it is best to move away slowly and avoid any sudden movements that may provoke an attack. Dangerous marine life. When stranded on a deserted island, you may also encounter dangerous marine life while swimming or fishing. Some common examples include sharks, jellyfish, and stingrays. It is important to be aware of the potential risks associated with these creatures and take appropriate precautions. Avoid swimming in areas known for shark activity, and if you spot a shark, slowly and calmly move away from it. When fishing, be cautious when handling fish with sharp spines or venomous barbs, such as lionfish or stonefish. Aggressive mammals. Certain mammals can also pose a threat on a deserted island, especially if they feel threatened or cornered. Examples of aggressive mammals include wild boars, feral dogs, and large predators like bears or big cats. It is crucial to be able to identify these animals and understand their behavior to avoid dangerous encounters. If you come across an aggressive mammal, it is best to give it space and slowly back away without turning your back on it. Avoid sudden movements or loud noises that may provoke an attack. Poisonous plants. While not animals or insects, poisonous plants can also pose a threat to your well-being on a deserted island. Some plants may cause skin irritation, while others can be toxic if ingested. It is essential to familiarize yourself with the local flora and learn to identify poisonous plants. Look out for plants with thorns, spines, or distinctive colors that may indicate toxicity. If you accidentally come into contact with a poisonous plant, wash the affected area thoroughly and seek medical attention if necessary. Disease-carrying insects. In addition to venomous or poisonous creatures, you should also be aware of disease-carrying insects that may be present on a deserted island. Mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas are common carriers of diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, or Lyme disease. It is crucial to take precautions to minimize the risk of insect bites, such as wearing protective clothing, using insect repellent, and sleeping under mosquito nets. Regularly check your body for ticks and remove them promptly to reduce the risk of disease transmission. Conclusion. Being able to identify dangerous animals and insects is a vital skill when surviving on a deserted island. By understanding their behavior and appearance, you can take appropriate precautions to avoid encounters and minimize the risk of harm. Remember to always prioritize your safety and well-being by keeping a safe distance from potentially dangerous creatures and seeking medical attention if necessary. 6.2 Avoiding and escaping wildlife threats. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the most significant challenges you may face is encountering wildlife. While many animals can be harmless or even beneficial, there are also potential threats that you need to be aware of and prepared for. This section will provide you with essential knowledge and strategies to avoid and escape wildlife threats, ensuring your safety and survival. Understanding animal behavior. Before delving into specific techniques, it is crucial to understand the behavior of the wildlife you may encounter on a deserted island. Animals have their own instincts and reactions, and understanding these can help you predict their behavior and avoid dangerous situations. Predatory animals. Some animals, such as large cats or predatory birds, may see you as a potential source of food. They are more likely to attack if they feel threatened or if they are hungry. Understanding their hunting patterns and avoiding their territories can help minimize the risk of encountering them. Territorial animals. Many animals are territorial and will defend their space if they perceive you as a threat. This includes animals like bears, snakes, or territorial birds. It is essential to respect their space and avoid provoking them. Protective animals. Animals that have offspring, such as mother bears or nesting birds, can become aggressive if they feel their young are in danger. Be cautious when approaching areas where these animals may be protecting their young. Nocturnal animals. Some animals are more active during the night, and their behavior can be unpredictable. Be cautious when moving around during the dark hours to avoid surprising or disturbing them. Avoiding wildlife encounters. The best way to deal with wildlife threats is to avoid them altogether. By taking proactive measures and being aware of your surroundings, you can significantly reduce the chances of encountering dangerous animals. Here are some strategies to help you avoid wildlife encounters. Make noise. Animals are often more afraid of humans than we are of them. By making noise as you move through the island, you can alert animals to your presence and give them an opportunity to retreat. Clap your hands, talk loudly, or even sing to create a constant noise. Stay alert. Always be aware of your surroundings and keep an eye out for any signs of animal activity. Look for tracks, droppings, or any other indications that animals may be nearby. By staying vigilant, you can spot potential threats before they become a problem. Avoid dense vegetation. Animals often use dense vegetation for cover or as hunting grounds. Avoid walking through thick bushes or tall grasses where you cannot see what lies ahead. Stick to open areas or well-defined paths whenever possible. Store food properly. If you have managed to find or catch food, it is essential to store it properly to avoid attracting wildlife. Hang food from trees or store it in sealed containers away from your shelter. This will help prevent animals from being lured into your camp. Keep a clean camp. Proper camp hygiene is crucial for avoiding wildlife encounters. Dispose of food scraps and waste far away from your shelter, preferably in a designated area. This will help prevent animals from being attracted to your campsite. Escaping wildlife threats. Despite your best efforts to avoid wildlife encounters, there may still be situations where you find yourself face to face with a potentially dangerous animal. In such cases, it is essential to know how to react and escape safely. Here are some guidelines to help you escape wildlife threats. Stay calm. It is natural to feel fear when encountering a dangerous animal, but it is crucial to remain calm. Animals can sense fear and may become more aggressive if they perceive you as a threat. Take deep breaths, stay composed, and try to think clearly. Do not run. Running away from a predatory animal can trigger their instinct to chase and attack. Instead, stand your ground and maintain a confident posture. Slowly back away while keeping an eye on the animal. Make yourself appear larger. If the animal continues to approach, make yourself appear larger by raising your arms and spreading your jacket or any other clothing you may have. This can intimidate some animals and make them think twice before attacking. Use noise and movement. In many cases, loud noises and sudden movements can startle animals and cause them to retreat. Shout, clap your hands, or throw objects near the animal to create distractions and give yourself an opportunity to escape. Create a barrier. If you have time and resources, try to create a barrier between yourself and the animal. Use rocks, sticks, or any other available objects to create a physical barrier that the animal would have to overcome to reach you. Retreat to safety. If possible, retreat to a safe location such as a tree, a cave, or your shelter. Climbing a tree can be an effective way to escape many animals, as they may not be able to follow you. Remember, each wildlife encounter is unique, and the appropriate response may vary depending on the animal and the situation. It is essential to use your judgment and adapt these strategies accordingly. By understanding animal behavior, taking proactive measures to avoid encounters, and knowing how to react in dangerous situations, you can significantly increase your chances of escaping wildlife threats unharmed. Stay vigilant, stay calm, and prioritize your safety above all else. 6.3 Building Animal Deterrence. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the biggest challenges you may face is dealing with wildlife encounters. While most animals will likely avoid human presence, there may be instances where you come across dangerous or aggressive creatures. Building animal deterrence can help you protect yourself and your shelter from potential threats. In this section, we will explore effective methods for creating barriers and deterrents to keep wildlife at bay. Understanding animal behavior. Before we delve into building animal deterrence, it is crucial to understand the behavior of the wildlife you may encounter on the island. Different animals have distinct behaviors and motivations, and knowing these can help you devise effective strategies to deter them. Some animals may be attracted to your shelter or food sources, while others may be territorial and aggressive. By observing and studying the animals from a safe distance, you can gain valuable insights into their habits and tendencies. This knowledge will enable you to build deterrents that specifically target the animals you are dealing with. Natural barriers. One of the simplest and most effective ways to deter animals is by creating natural barriers around your shelter and food storage areas. These barriers can prevent animals from accessing your resources and discourage them from approaching your living space. Thorny bushes and plants. Planting thorny bushes or plants around your shelter can act as a natural deterrent for animals. The prickly thorns will discourage them from getting too close and potentially damaging your shelter or stealing your food. Rock walls. If the island has an abundance of rocks, you can construct a low rock wall around your shelter. This barrier will make it difficult for animals to approach your living space, providing you with an added layer of protection. Water moats. If your shelter is near a water source, consider digging a shallow moat around it. Most animals will be hesitant to cross water, especially if they are not strong swimmers. This can serve as an effective deterrent, particularly for smaller animals. Noise and light deterrence. Animals are often sensitive to loud noises and bright lights. By utilizing these elements strategically, you can create deterrents that discourage wildlife from approaching your shelter. Noisemakers. Creating loud noises can startle and scare away animals. You can make noise by banging rocks together, clapping your hands, or using any other available objects that produce a loud sound. However, be cautious not to create excessive noise that could attract unwanted attention from predators. Whistles and horns. Carrying a whistle or horn can be useful for scaring off animals. The high-pitched sound can be particularly effective in deterring smaller creatures. Fire and light. Animals are often afraid of fire and bright lights. Keeping a fire burning near your shelter during the night can help keep animals at a distance. Additionally, using flashlights or reflective surfaces to create bright lights can also deter animals from approaching. Scent deterrence. Animals rely heavily on their sense of smell, and certain scents can repel them. By utilizing natural scents found on the island, you can create deterrents that discourage animals from coming near your living space. Strong odors. Some animals are repelled by strong odors such as vinegar, ammonia, or citrus. By placing soaked rags or cotton balls with these scents around your shelter, you can create a barrier that animals are likely to avoid. Pepper and spices. Animals often dislike the strong smell of pepper and other spices. Sprinkling these substances around your shelter or food storage areas can deter animals from approaching. Predator urine. If you can find the urine of a predator native to the island, such as a big cat or a wolf, spreading it around your shelter can create the illusion of danger and deter smaller animals. Camouflage and concealment. Another effective way to deter animals is by making your shelter and belongings blend in with the natural surroundings. By camouflaging your living space, you can make it less noticeable to animals, reducing the chances of attracting their attention. Natural materials. Use natural materials such as leaves, branches, and mud to construct your shelter. This will help it blend in with the environment and make it less visible to animals. Covering food and waste. Animals are often attracted to the smell of food and waste. Ensure that your food is stored in airtight containers and dispose of waste properly, away from your living area. This will minimize the scent and reduce the likelihood of attracting animals. Avoid bright colors. When venturing out of your shelter, avoid wearing bright or contrasting colors. Animals are more likely to notice and be curious about vibrant hues, potentially leading to unwanted encounters. Conclusion. Building animal deterrence is an essential aspect of surviving on a deserted island. By understanding animal behavior and utilizing natural barriers, noise and light deterrence, scent deterrence, and camouflage techniques, you can significantly reduce the risk of wildlife encounters. Remember to always prioritize your safety and observe animals from a safe distance. With the right strategies in place, you can coexist with the wildlife on the island while ensuring your own well-being. 6.4 First Aid for Wildlife Injuries. When stranded on a deserted island, encounters with wildlife are inevitable. While some animals may pose a threat to your safety, it is important to remember that they are simply trying to survive in their natural habitat. However, accidents can happen, and it is crucial to be prepared to provide first aid for wildlife injuries. In this section, we will discuss the necessary steps to take when treating injuries caused by wildlife. Assessing the situation. Before providing first aid for a wildlife injury, it is essential to assess the situation and ensure your own safety. If the animal is still present and poses a threat, it is crucial to create distance and find a safe location. Remember, your safety should always be the top priority. Treating bites and scratches. If you have been bitten or scratched by a wild animal, it is important to take immediate action to prevent infection. Follow these steps. Clean the wound. Rinse the wound thoroughly with clean water to remove any dirt or debris. If available, use mild soap to cleanse the area gently. Control bleeding. Apply gentle pressure to the wound using a clean cloth or bandage to control bleeding. Elevating the injured limb can also help reduce blood flow. Apply antiseptic. Once the bleeding has stopped, apply an antiseptic solution, such as hydrogen peroxide or iodine, to the wound to prevent infection. Be cautious not to use excessive amounts, as it may delay the healing process. Dress the wound. Cover the wound with a sterile dressing or clean cloth to protect it from further contamination. If necessary, secure the dressing with adhesive tape or a bandage. Monitor for infection. Keep a close eye on the wound for any signs of infection, such as increased redness, swelling, or pus. If infection occurs, seek medical attention as soon as possible. Dealing with animal bites. Animal bites can be particularly dangerous due to the risk of infection and the potential for transmitting diseases. If you have been bitten by an animal, follow these steps. Clean the wound. Thoroughly clean the bite wound with soap and water for at least 5 minutes. This will help remove bacteria from the area. Control bleeding. Apply gentle pressure to the wound using a clean cloth or bandage to control bleeding. Elevating the injured limb can also help reduce blood flow. Apply antiseptic. After the bleeding has stopped, apply an antiseptic solution, such as hydrogen peroxide or iodine, to the wound to prevent infection. Seek medical attention. Animal bites can be serious, and it is important to seek medical attention as soon as possible. The healthcare provider will assess the wound, administer appropriate treatment, and determine if further measures, such as rabies vaccination, are necessary. Handling snake bites. If you are bitten by a snake, it is crucial to remain calm and take immediate action. Follow these steps. Identify the snake. If possible, try to identify the snake without putting yourself at further risk. This information will help medical professionals determine the appropriate treatment. Immobilize the affected area. Keep the bitten limb as still as possible to slow down the spread of venom. Avoid using a tourniquet or applying ice directly to the wound, as these methods can worsen the situation. Seek medical attention. It is essential to seek medical help immediately after a snakebite. Do not attempt to treat the bite on your own, as snakebites can be life-threatening and require specialized medical care. Dealing with insect bites and stings. Insects can be a nuisance on a deserted island, and their bites and stings can cause discomfort and allergic reactions. If you are bitten or stung by an insect, follow these steps. Remove the stinger. If stung by a bee, wasp, or hornet, carefully remove the stinger from the skin using a tweezer or your fingernail. Be cautious not to squeeze the venom sac, as it may release more venom into the wound. Clean the area. Wash the affected area with soap and water to remove any venom or irritants. Apply cold compress. To reduce swelling and alleviate pain, apply a cold compress or ice pack wrapped in a cloth to the affected area for 10 to 15 minutes. Use over-the-counter remedies. Over-the-counter antihistamine creams or oral antihistamines can help relieve itching and reduce allergic reactions. Follow the instructions on the packaging for proper usage. Monitor for allergic reactions. If you experience severe swelling, difficulty breathing, dizziness, or any other signs of an allergic reaction, seek immediate medical attention. Remember, while these first aid measures can provide temporary relief and prevent further complications, it is crucial to seek professional medical help as soon as possible after a wildlife injury. Medical professionals will be able to assess the severity of the injury and provide appropriate treatment. By being prepared and knowledgeable about first aid for wildlife injuries, you can effectively manage and treat injuries caused by encounters with animals on a deserted island. 7. Maintaining mental and emotional well-being. 7.1 Coping with loneliness and isolation. Surviving on a deserted island can be an incredibly challenging and isolating experience. The absence of human contact and the constant solitude can take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being. Coping with loneliness and isolation is crucial for maintaining your sanity and overall survival. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques to help you navigate the difficult terrain of solitude. Understanding the psychological impact. Before delving into coping mechanisms, it is essential to understand the psychological impact of loneliness and isolation. Humans are social creatures, and our mental well-being is often dependent on social interaction and connection. When deprived of these essential elements, feelings of loneliness, sadness, and even depression can arise. It is important to acknowledge that experiencing these emotions is normal and expected in such extreme circumstances. However, it is equally important to develop strategies to cope with these feelings and maintain your mental and emotional well-being. Establishing a routine. One effective way to cope with loneliness and isolation is by establishing a daily routine. Having a structured schedule can provide a sense of purpose and stability, helping to combat feelings of aimlessness and despair. Your routine should include activities that engage your mind and body, keeping you occupied and focused. Start your day with a set wake-up time and engage in activities such as exercise, gathering food and water, building or maintaining your shelter, and exploring the island. By keeping yourself busy, you can distract your mind from dwelling on negative thoughts and emotions. Setting goals. Setting goals is another powerful tool for coping with loneliness and isolation. Goals give you something to strive for and provide a sense of accomplishment when achieved. These goals can be as simple as learning a new survival skill, improving your shelter, or exploring a new part of the island. Break your goals down into smaller, manageable tasks, and celebrate each milestone you reach. This will not only keep you motivated but also provide a sense of purpose and direction during your time on the deserted island. Practicing mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful practices that can help you stay grounded and present in the moment. By focusing your attention on the present, you can reduce anxiety and negative thoughts associated with loneliness and isolation. Find a quiet spot on the island, close your eyes, and take deep breaths. Pay attention to the sensations in your body, the sounds of nature, and the rhythm of your breath. Engaging in mindfulness exercises regularly can help you cultivate a sense of inner peace and tranquility, even in the midst of solitude. Engaging in creative activities. Creativity can be a powerful outlet for self-expression and emotional release. Engaging in creative activities can help you channel your emotions and provide a sense of fulfillment. Whether it's writing in a journal, drawing, painting, or crafting, find a creative outlet that resonates with you. Use the resources available on the island to create artwork or write stories about your experiences. Not only will this help you cope with loneliness, but it will also serve as a record of your journey and provide a sense of accomplishment. Seeking solace in nature. Nature can be a source of solace and comfort during times of loneliness and isolation. Take the time to appreciate the beauty of your surroundings and connect with the natural world around you. Spend time observing the wildlife, listening to the sounds of the ocean, and marveling at the breathtaking sunsets. Engaging with nature can help shift your focus from feelings of loneliness to a sense of awe and wonder. It can remind you of the interconnectedness of all living things and provide a sense of belonging, even in solitude. Creating imaginary companions. While it may sound unconventional, creating imaginary companions can be a helpful coping mechanism for dealing with loneliness. Imagining conversations and interactions with fictional characters or loved ones can provide a sense of companionship and alleviate feelings of isolation. Use your imagination to create vivid scenarios and engage in conversations with these imaginary companions. This can help simulate social interaction and provide a temporary respite from the solitude. Journaling and self-reflection. Journaling is an excellent way to process your thoughts and emotions during times of loneliness and isolation. Write down your experiences, thoughts, and feelings in a journal. This act of self-reflection can help you gain clarity, release pent-up emotions, and provide a sense of catharsis. Additionally, journaling allows you to document your journey and serves as a valuable record of your survival experience. It can also be a source of inspiration and reflection when you eventually return to civilization. Finding comfort in memories. During moments of loneliness, it can be helpful to reminisce about happy memories and cherished moments from your past. Recall joyful experiences, loved ones, and significant events that bring you comfort and happiness. By focusing on positive memories, you can uplift your spirits and combat feelings of isolation. Embracing solitude as an opportunity for growth. Lastly, it is important to reframe your perspective on solitude. Instead of viewing it solely as a challenge, try to see it as an opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. Solitude provides a unique chance to delve deep within yourself, explore your inner thoughts and desires, and develop a stronger sense of self. Use this time to reflect on your life, reassess your priorities, and gain a deeper understanding of who you are as an individual. Embrace solitude as a transformative experience that can shape you into a stronger, more resilient person. Remember, coping with loneliness and isolation is a gradual process that requires patience and self-compassion. By implementing these strategies and techniques, you can navigate the challenges of solitude and emerge stronger on the other side. 7.2 Establishing daily routines and goals. When you find yourself abandoned on a deserted island, it is crucial to establish daily routines and goals to maintain your mental and emotional well-being. These routines and goals will provide structure to your days and give you a sense of purpose, helping you stay focused and motivated. In this section, we will explore some strategies for establishing daily routines and setting achievable goals in the challenging environment of a deserted island. Creating a daily routine. Creating a daily routine is essential for maintaining a sense of normalcy and structure in your life on the deserted island. Without the usual routines and activities of everyday life, it is easy to feel lost and overwhelmed. Here are some steps to help you establish a daily routine. Assess your available resources. Take stock of the resources you have on the island, such as food, water, and shelter. This assessment will help you determine how much time you need to allocate to survival tasks and how much time you can dedicate to other activities. Prioritize survival tasks. Identify the most critical survival tasks that need to be done each day, such as finding food and water, maintaining your shelter, and ensuring your safety. These tasks should be given the highest priority in your daily routine. Allocate time for self-care. It is essential to take care of your physical and mental well-being. Allocate time each day for activities like personal hygiene, exercise, and relaxation. These activities will help you stay healthy and maintain a positive mindset. Include leisure activities. While survival is your primary focus, it is crucial to include leisure activities in your daily routine to provide a sense of enjoyment and relaxation. This could involve exploring the island, swimming, fishing, or engaging in hobbies like drawing or writing. Establish a sleep schedule. Set a consistent sleep schedule to ensure you get enough rest. Adequate sleep is vital for your physical and mental health, as it helps you stay alert and focused during the day. Adapt and adjust. As you spend more time on the island, you may need to adapt and adjust your daily routine based on changing circumstances. Be flexible and open to modifying your routine as needed. Setting goals. Setting goals is an effective way to stay motivated and focused on the deserted island. Goals provide a sense of purpose and direction, giving you something to strive for each day. Here are some tips for setting goals in this unique situation. Start with short-term goals. Begin by setting short-term goals that can be achieved within a few days or weeks. These goals could be related to survival tasks, such as improving your shelter or finding new sources of food and water. Short-term goals provide a sense of accomplishment and keep you motivated. Make goals specific and measurable. Ensure that your goals are specific and measurable. For example, instead of setting a vague goal like, improve shelter, set a specific goal like, build a more secure roof for the shelter using available materials. This clarity will help you stay focused and track your progress. Break goals into smaller tasks. Break down larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This approach makes the goals less overwhelming and allows you to make progress step by step. For example, if your goal is to create a fishing net, break it down into tasks like collecting suitable materials, weaving the net, and testing it in the water. Celebrate achievements. Celebrate each goal you accomplish, no matter how small. Acknowledging your achievements will boost your morale and motivate you to continue working towards your goals. Set long-term goals. In addition to short-term goals, set long-term goals that can be achieved over a more extended period. These goals could be related to personal growth, learning new skills, or planning for the future. Long-term goals provide a sense of purpose and help you envision a future beyond the deserted island. Review and revise goals. Regularly review your goals and assess your progress. If necessary, revise your goals to align with your changing circumstances or newfound knowledge. Flexibility is key in adapting your goals to the challenges and opportunities presented by the deserted island. By establishing daily routines and setting achievable goals, you can maintain a sense of purpose and structure in your life on the deserted island. These routines and goals will help you stay focused, motivated, and mentally resilient throughout your survival journey. Remember to be flexible and adapt as needed, and celebrate your achievements along the way. 7.3 Practicing mindfulness and meditation. In the midst of the challenges and uncertainties of surviving on a deserted island, it is crucial to take care of your mental and emotional well-being. One powerful tool that can help you maintain a sense of calm and inner peace is the practice of mindfulness and meditation. These practices can help you stay present, reduce stress, and find inner strength during your time of solitude. The power of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention to the present moment, without judgment or attachment. It involves fully engaging with your senses and being aware of your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. When you are mindful, you are fully present in the here and now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. On a deserted island, mindfulness can be a valuable tool for managing the challenges of solitude. By staying present, you can better appreciate the beauty of nature around you, find joy in simple moments, and cultivate a sense of gratitude for the resources you have. Mindfulness can also help you navigate difficult emotions and thoughts that may arise during your time alone. Getting started with mindfulness. To begin practicing mindfulness, find a quiet and comfortable spot on the island where you can sit or lie down. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax and let go of any tension in your body. As you settle into the present moment, bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body, without trying to change it in any way. As you continue to focus on your breath, you may notice that your mind starts to wander. This is completely normal. When you become aware that your mind has wandered, gently bring your attention back to your breath, without judgment. Each time your mind wanders, simply acknowledge it and return to the present moment. Deepening your practice with meditation. Meditation is a more formal practice of mindfulness that involves setting aside dedicated time for stillness and introspection. While mindfulness can be practiced throughout the day, meditation allows you to deepen your connection with yourself and cultivate a greater sense of inner peace. To begin a meditation practice, find a comfortable position and close your eyes. Start by focusing on your breath, just as you did in the mindfulness exercise. As you continue to breathe, bring your attention to the sensations in your body. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort and allow them to soften and release with each breath. As you settle into a state of relaxation, you can choose to focus on a specific object of meditation, such as a word or phrase, mantra, a visual image, or the sensation of your breath. Allow your mind to rest on this object, gently bringing it back whenever it wanders. Benefits of mindfulness and meditation. Practicing mindfulness and meditation on a deserted island can offer numerous benefits for your mental and emotional well-being. Here are a few ways these practices can support you. 1. Stress reduction. Mindfulness and meditation have been shown to reduce stress levels by activating the body's relaxation response. By focusing on the present moment and cultivating a sense of inner calm, you can alleviate anxiety and promote a greater sense of peace. 2. Emotional regulation. Isolation and solitude can sometimes bring up intense emotions. Mindfulness and meditation can help you develop emotional resilience and regulate your emotions more effectively. By observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you can gain a greater understanding of yourself and respond to challenging situations with greater clarity and composure. 3. Improved focus and concentration. The practice of mindfulness and meditation can enhance your ability to concentrate and stay focused. By training your mind to stay present, you can improve your attention span and enhance your ability to complete tasks efficiently. 4. Enhanced self-awareness. Being alone on a deserted island provides a unique opportunity for self-reflection and self-discovery. Mindfulness and meditation can deepen your self-awareness, helping you gain insights into your thoughts, beliefs, and patterns of behavior. This self-awareness can lead to personal growth and transformation. 5. Increased resilience. Surviving on a deserted island requires resilience and adaptability. Mindfulness and meditation can strengthen your resilience by helping you cultivate a sense of inner strength and resourcefulness. By connecting with your inner wisdom and intuition, you can navigate challenges with greater ease and grace. Incorporating mindfulness and meditation into your daily routine. To make the most of mindfulness and meditation, it is helpful to incorporate these practices into your daily routine on the deserted island. Here are a few suggestions. Start your day with a few minutes of mindfulness or meditation. Find a quiet spot to sit and focus on your breath, setting a positive intention for the day ahead. Take mindful walks on the beach or through the island's natural surroundings. Pay attention to the sounds, smells, and textures around you, fully immersing yourself in the present moment. Practice gratitude by reflecting on the things you are grateful for each day. This can be done during your meditation practice or as a separate exercise. Use mindfulness techniques to manage stress and anxiety. When you feel overwhelmed, take a few deep breaths and bring your attention to the present moment. Remind yourself that you have the inner resources to handle any challenges that come your way. Experiment with different meditation techniques, such as loving-kindness meditation or body scan meditation, to deepen your practice and explore different aspects of your inner world. Remember, mindfulness and meditation are skills that develop over time with consistent practice. Be patient with yourself and embrace the journey of self-discovery and inner growth that these practices can offer. 7.4 Finding Purpose and Meaning in Solitude. Surviving on a deserted island can be an incredibly challenging and isolating experience. The absence of human contact and the monotony of daily survival tasks can easily lead to feelings of hopelessness and despair. However, it is essential to find purpose and meaning in solitude to maintain your mental and emotional well-being. In this section, we will explore various strategies to help you discover a sense of purpose and find meaning in your solitary existence. Embrace the opportunity for self-reflection. Solitude provides a unique opportunity for self-reflection and introspection. Take advantage of this time to delve deep into your thoughts and emotions. Reflect on your life, your goals, and your values. Use this solitude as a chance to gain a deeper understanding of yourself and what truly matters to you. By exploring your inner self, you can uncover new insights and perspectives that can guide you towards a more meaningful existence. Set personal goals and challenges. Without the distractions of everyday life, you have the freedom to set personal goals and challenges for yourself. These goals can be related to survival tasks, personal growth, or even creative pursuits. By setting goals, you give yourself a sense of purpose and direction. Whether it's building a more efficient shelter, learning a new skill, or creating artwork from natural materials, having something to strive for will keep you motivated and engaged. Engage in meaningful activities. Engaging in meaningful activities can help you find purpose and fulfillment in your solitary life. Look for activities that align with your interests and values. For example, if you have a passion for nature, spend time observing and documenting the island's flora and fauna. If you enjoy writing, keep a journal or write a book about your experiences. By immersing yourself in activities that resonate with you, you can find a sense of purpose and satisfaction. Connect with nature. Nature has a profound ability to inspire and uplift the human spirit. Take the time to connect with the natural world around you. Observe the beauty of the island's landscapes, listen to the sounds of the ocean, and marvel at the intricacies of the wildlife. Engaging with nature can provide a sense of awe and wonder, reminding you of the beauty and interconnectedness of all living things. This connection can bring a deep sense of meaning and purpose to your solitary existence. Practice gratitude. In the midst of solitude, it's easy to focus on what you lack or miss from your previous life. However, cultivating a mindset of gratitude can shift your perspective and help you find meaning in the present moment. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for, whether it's the abundance of natural resources on the island, the beauty of the sunrise, or the strength and resilience you have developed. By acknowledging and appreciating the blessings in your life, you can find purpose and contentment in even the most challenging circumstances. Help others even if it's imaginary. While you may be alone on the island, you can still find purpose by imagining ways to help others. Use your creativity to envision scenarios where you can make a positive impact on the lives of others. Perhaps you can write a fictional story about a character who overcomes adversity, or create artwork that inspires hope and resilience. By focusing on the potential to make a difference, you can find purpose and meaning in your solitary existence. Create a routine and structure. Establishing a daily routine and structure can provide a sense of stability and purpose. Plan your days with specific tasks and activities, ensuring a balance between survival necessities and activities that bring you joy. Having a routine can give you a sense of control and direction, making each day feel purposeful and meaningful. Practice mindfulness and reflection. Mindfulness and reflection are powerful tools for finding purpose and meaning in solitude. Take time each day to be fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Engage in reflective practices such as meditation or journaling to gain clarity and insight. By cultivating mindfulness and reflection, you can deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you, leading to a more meaningful existence. Find inspiration in stories and literature. Books and stories have the power to transport us to different worlds and inspire us with their messages. Use your time on the island to immerse yourself in literature that resonates with you. Whether it's survival stories, philosophical works, or novels that explore the human condition, these stories can provide guidance, inspiration, and a sense of connection to the broader human experience. Cultivate a positive mindset. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial for finding purpose and meaning in solitude. While it's natural to experience moments of frustration or sadness, try to focus on the positive aspects of your situation. Celebrate small victories, appreciate the beauty around you, and remind yourself of the strength and resilience you possess. By cultivating a positive mindset, you can find purpose and meaning even in the most challenging circumstances. Remember, finding purpose and meaning in solitude is a deeply personal journey. Explore different strategies and activities that resonate with you. Embrace the opportunity for self-discovery and growth. By finding purpose and meaning in your solitary existence, you can not only survive but thrive on the deserted island. 8. Survival skills for extreme conditions. 8.1 Dealing with harsh weather conditions. Surviving on a deserted island can be a challenging endeavor, especially when faced with harsh weather conditions. From scorching heat to torrential rainstorms, extreme weather can pose significant risks to your well-being and survival. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques to help you navigate and overcome these challenges. Understanding the impact of harsh weather. Before delving into specific strategies, it is crucial to understand the potential dangers associated with different weather conditions. Extreme heat can lead to dehydration, heat stroke, and sunburn, while cold temperatures can result in hypothermia and frostbite. Heavy rain and storms can cause flooding, damage to your shelter, and make it difficult to find food and water. By recognizing these risks, you can better prepare and adapt to the changing weather patterns. Building a sturdy shelter. One of the first steps in dealing with harsh weather conditions is to ensure you have a sturdy and well-constructed shelter. Your shelter should be designed to withstand strong winds, heavy rain, and intense heat. Consider using natural materials such as branches, leaves, and rocks to create a solid structure. Reinforce your shelter by adding additional layers of insulation to protect against extreme temperatures. It is also essential to elevate your shelter to prevent flooding during heavy rain. Managing extreme heat. In tropical or desert environments, extreme heat can be a constant challenge. To cope with high temperatures, it is crucial to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. Seek shade during the hottest parts of the day and avoid strenuous activities that can lead to overheating. Wearing loose-fitting, lightweight clothing made from breathable fabrics can help regulate your body temperature. Additionally, consider creating a makeshift fan using palm leaves or other materials to create airflow within your shelter. Surviving in cold environments. If you find yourself in an Arctic or cold climate, it is essential to prioritize staying warm and preventing hypothermia. Insulate your shelter with additional layers of leaves, grass, or even animal fur if available. Dress in layers, starting with a moisture-wicking base layer, followed by insulating materials such as wool or fleece, and finally a waterproof outer layer. Use natural materials like dry grass or moss to create bedding that provides insulation from the cold ground. It is also crucial to conserve energy by avoiding unnecessary physical exertion. Coping with rain and storms. Rain and storms can be particularly challenging to navigate on a deserted island. To protect yourself and your belongings, ensure your shelter is waterproof and well-maintained. Use large leaves or tarps to create additional coverings if needed. Collect rainwater for drinking by creating a catchment system using containers or natural depressions in the ground. Be cautious of flash floods and seek higher ground if necessary. During storms, avoid taking shelter under tall trees or near bodies of water to minimize the risk of lightning strikes. Adapting to changing weather patterns. Weather conditions on a deserted island can change rapidly, so it is crucial to stay vigilant and adapt accordingly. Pay attention to the sky, wind patterns, and any signs of approaching storms. Develop a keen sense of observation and learn to read the natural signs that indicate weather changes. By staying informed and prepared, you can make informed decisions about when to seek shelter, gather resources, or adjust your survival strategies. Mental resilience in harsh weather. Surviving harsh weather conditions requires not only physical resilience but also mental strength. It is essential to maintain a positive mindset and stay focused on your survival goals. Loneliness and isolation can be intensified during extreme weather, so finding ways to occupy your mind and stay motivated is crucial. Engage in activities such as journaling, practicing mindfulness, or pursuing creative endeavors to maintain mental well-being. Conclusion. Dealing with harsh weather conditions is an integral part of surviving on a deserted island. By understanding the impact of different weather patterns, building a sturdy shelter, and adapting to changing conditions, you can increase your chances of thriving in extreme environments. Remember to prioritize your safety, stay hydrated, and maintain a positive mindset. With the right knowledge and preparation, you can overcome the challenges posed by harsh weather and emerge stronger in your journey of surviving solitude. 8.2 Surviving in tropical environments. Tropical environments can present unique challenges and opportunities for survival on a deserted island. With their lush vegetation, abundant wildlife, and warm climate, these regions offer a variety of resources that can sustain you during your time of solitude. However, it is essential to understand the specific strategies and techniques required to thrive in this type of environment. In this section, we will explore the key aspects of surviving in tropical environments. Understanding the tropical climate. One of the first things to consider when surviving in a tropical environment is the climate. Tropical regions are characterized by high temperatures, high humidity, and frequent rainfall. These conditions can have a significant impact on your survival strategies. Hydration and water sources. In tropical environments, dehydration can occur rapidly due to the combination of high temperatures and humidity. Therefore, it is crucial to prioritize hydration. Look for freshwater sources such as rivers, streams, or natural springs. However, be cautious and purify the water before consuming it to avoid waterborne illnesses. You can use various methods like boiling, using water purification tablets, or constructing a simple water filter using natural materials. Shelter and protection from the elements. While tropical environments offer warmth, they also bring the risk of heavy rainfall and intense storms. Building a sturdy shelter that can withstand these conditions is essential. Look for natural materials like palm leaves, bamboo, or large leaves to construct a waterproof roof. Ensure that your shelter is elevated to avoid flooding during heavy rains. Additionally, consider building a raised bed to keep yourself off the damp ground. Clothing and sun protection. In tropical environments, it is crucial to protect yourself from the sun's intense rays. Wear lightweight, loose-fitting clothing that covers your skin to prevent sunburn and minimize heat absorption. Additionally, use a wide-brimmed hat and sunglasses to shield your face and eyes from the sun. Apply sunscreen regularly to exposed skin to prevent sunburn and reduce the risk of skin damage. Finding food in tropical environments. Tropical environments are rich in biodiversity, providing a wide range of edible plants, fruits, and wildlife. However, it is essential to have knowledge of the local flora and fauna to identify safe food sources. Edible plants and fruits. Learn to identify edible plants and fruits that are native to the tropical environment you find yourself in. Look for familiar fruits like coconuts, bananas, and mangoes, as well as other edible plants like taro, yams, and cassava. Be cautious and avoid consuming any plants or fruits that you are unsure about, as some may be toxic. Hunting and fishing. Tropical environments are home to a diverse range of wildlife, including birds, reptiles, and fish. Learning basic hunting and fishing techniques can significantly increase your chances of obtaining protein-rich food. Construct simple traps and snares using natural materials to catch small game like birds or rodents. Additionally, try your hand at fishing using improvised fishing lines and hooks made from available resources. Coastal resources. If you find yourself on a tropical island with a coastline, take advantage of the resources the ocean provides. Coastal areas often offer opportunities for fishing, as well as the collection of shellfish and other edible marine life. Learn about the local marine ecosystem and identify safe and edible species to gather from the shoreline. Navigating and signaling for rescue. Navigating in a tropical environment can be challenging due to dense vegetation and limited visibility. However, there are several techniques you can employ to improve your chances of finding your way or signaling for rescue. Using natural landmarks. Tropical environments often have distinct natural landmarks that can serve as navigational aids. Look for prominent features like mountains, rivers, or unique rock formations that can help you orient yourself. By familiarizing yourself with these landmarks, you can create mental maps and navigate more effectively. Creating and using signaling devices. In a tropical environment, vegetation can obstruct visibility, making it challenging for rescuers to spot you. Therefore, it is crucial to create and use signaling devices to attract attention. Build a signal fire using dry leaves, branches, and other flammable materials. The smoke from the fire can be visible from a distance. Additionally, use reflective materials like mirrors or aluminum foil to create flashes of light that can catch the attention of passing aircraft or boats. Building and using a raft. If you find yourself on a tropical island and believe that rescue may be more likely from the sea, consider building a raft. Use sturdy logs or bamboo to construct a basic raft that can carry you safely across the water. Ensure that the raft is stable and secure before attempting to navigate with it. Dealing with tropical wildlife. Tropical environments are teeming with diverse wildlife, including both harmless and potentially dangerous species. Understanding how to coexist with wildlife and protect yourself from potential threats is crucial. Identifying dangerous animals and insects. Familiarize yourself with the local wildlife and learn to identify potentially dangerous animals and insects. Tropical environments may be home to venomous snakes, spiders, scorpions, and other creatures that can pose a threat to your safety. Avoid contact with these animals and give them a wide berth to minimize the risk of bites or stings. Avoiding and escaping wildlife threats. If you encounter a potentially dangerous animal, it is essential to know how to react. In most cases, it is best to avoid confrontation and slowly back away without turning your back on the animal. If you find yourself in a situation where escape is not possible, make yourself appear larger and more intimidating by raising your arms and making loud noises. This may deter the animal from approaching. Building animal deterrence. To protect yourself and your shelter from wildlife, consider building deterrence. Construct a fence around your shelter using sturdy branches or rocks to keep larger animals at bay. Additionally, hang food supplies or garbage out of reach to prevent attracting wildlife to your immediate vicinity. Surviving in a tropical environment requires adaptability, resourcefulness, and a deep understanding of the unique challenges and opportunities it presents. By utilizing the strategies and techniques outlined in this section, you can increase your chances of thriving in solitude on a deserted island in a tropical paradise. 8.3 Adapting to Arctic or desert conditions. Surviving on a deserted island can be challenging, but adapting to extreme environments such as the Arctic or desert conditions adds an additional layer of difficulty. In this section, we will explore the essential skills and strategies you need to thrive in these harsh environments. Understanding Arctic conditions. The Arctic is a vast, frozen wilderness characterized by freezing temperatures, strong winds, and limited resources. To adapt to these conditions, it is crucial to understand the unique challenges they present. Dressing for the cold. In the Arctic, staying warm is essential for survival. Layering your clothing is key to trapping heat and insulating your body. Start with a moisture-wicking base layer to keep your skin dry. Add insulating layers such as fleece or down jackets, and top it off with a windproof and waterproof outer shell. Don't forget to protect your extremities with insulated gloves, hats, and waterproof boots. Building a snow shelter. Snow can provide excellent insulation against the cold, making it an ideal material for building a shelter. Consider constructing an igloo or snow cave, which can shield you from the freezing temperatures and strong winds. These shelters are relatively easy to build and can provide a safe haven from the elements. Finding food and water. Food sources in the Arctic are scarce, but it is still possible to find sustenance. Look for animal tracks and signs of activity, as they can lead you to potential hunting grounds. Fishing in frozen lakes or rivers can also provide a source of food. Additionally, melting snow or ice can provide drinking water, but be sure to purify it before consumption. Navigating in the Arctic. Navigating in the Arctic can be challenging due to the lack of landmarks and the presence of ice and snow. It is crucial to have a compass and map to help you navigate. Pay attention to the position of the sun and the direction of the wind, as they can provide valuable clues about your location. If possible, try to find high ground to get a better view of your surroundings. Surviving in desert conditions. Deserts are characterized by scorching temperatures, limited water sources, and harsh terrain. Adapting to these conditions requires specific skills and strategies. Protecting yourself from the sun. The intense heat and sun exposure in the desert can be dangerous. Protect yourself by wearing loose, lightweight clothing that covers your skin. Use a wide-brimmed hat and sunglasses to shield your face and eyes from the sun. Apply sunscreen regularly to prevent sunburn and dehydration. Finding water sources. Water is scarce in the desert, so it is crucial to know where to find it. Look for signs of vegetation, as they often indicate the presence of underground water sources. Digging a hole in a dry riverbed or using a solar still can help you collect water. Additionally, consider carrying a portable water filter or purification tablets to make any water you find safe to drink. Building a shelter. Creating a shelter in the desert is essential to protect yourself from the scorching sun and extreme temperature fluctuations. Look for natural formations such as caves or rock overhangs that can provide shade and insulation. If these options are not available, construct a shelter using materials like branches, rocks, and a tarp or blanket to create shade. Finding food in the desert. While food may be scarce in the desert, there are still sources of sustenance available. Look for edible plants, such as cacti or desert fruits. Insects and small animals can also provide a source of protein. However, be cautious and ensure that you can identify edible plants and avoid poisonous ones. Navigating in the desert. Navigating in the desert can be challenging due to the lack of landmarks and the uniformity of the landscape. It is crucial to have a compass and map to help you navigate. Look for natural features like mountains or sand dunes that can serve as reference points. Additionally, pay attention to the position of the sun and the direction of the wind, as they can provide valuable orientation cues. Surviving in Arctic or desert conditions requires adaptability, resourcefulness, and a strong survival mindset. By understanding the unique challenges of these environments and equipping yourself with the necessary skills and knowledge, you can increase your chances of thriving in extreme conditions. Remember to always prioritize your safety and conserve your energy and resources for optimal survival. 8.4 Preparing for natural disasters. When stranded on a deserted island, it is crucial to be prepared for any natural disasters that may occur. While the island may seem peaceful and serene, it is important to remember that nature can be unpredictable and unforgiving. By understanding the potential risks and taking proactive measures, you can increase your chances of survival during natural disasters. In this section, we will explore the various types of natural disasters that you may encounter on a deserted island and discuss strategies to prepare for them. Understanding the risks. Before delving into the specific preparations, it is essential to understand the potential natural disasters that can occur on a deserted island. While the exact risks may vary depending on the location and climate, some common natural disasters include hurricanes and cyclones. These powerful storms can bring strong winds, heavy rainfall, and storm surges, causing significant damage to the island and posing a threat to your safety. Earthquakes. Islands located near fault lines are susceptible to earthquakes, which can result in ground shaking, landslides, and tsunamis. Volcanic eruptions. If the island is volcanic, there is a possibility of eruptions, which can release ash, lava, and toxic gases, endangering your life. Tropical storms. Similar to hurricanes, tropical storms can bring heavy rain, strong winds, and flooding, leading to dangerous conditions. Wildfires. In dry and hot climates, wildfires can occur, spreading rapidly and posing a significant threat to your shelter and safety. Preparing for natural disasters. To increase your chances of survival during natural disasters, it is crucial to be well prepared. Here are some essential steps to take. 1. Educate yourself. Learn about the specific natural disasters that are common in the region where your deserted island is located. Understand the warning signs, typical weather patterns, and evacuation procedures associated with each type of disaster. This knowledge will help you make informed decisions and take appropriate actions when necessary. 2. Create an emergency plan. Develop a comprehensive emergency plan that outlines the steps you will take during different natural disasters. Include evacuation routes, designated safe areas, and communication strategies. Ensure that your plan is flexible and adaptable to changing circumstances. 3. Build a sturdy shelter. Construct a shelter that can withstand the potential impact of natural disasters. Reinforce the structure with sturdy materials and consider its location in relation to potential hazards. For example, if you are in an area prone to flooding, elevate your shelter to higher ground. 4. Stockpile essential supplies. Maintain a well-stocked supply of essential items that will sustain you during and after a natural disaster. These supplies should include non-perishable food, clean water, first aid kits, flashlights, batteries, a radio, and any necessary medications. Regularly check and rotate your supplies to ensure they remain fresh and usable. 5. Establish communication methods. In the event of a natural disaster, communication becomes vital. Establish multiple methods of communication, such as a satellite phone, flares, or a signaling mirror. Additionally, consider creating a distress signal that can be easily recognized by potential rescuers. 6. Learn basic first aid. Acquire basic first aid skills to treat injuries that may occur during a natural disaster. Learn how to administer CPR, stop bleeding, and provide initial care for fractures and burns. A well-equipped first aid kit is essential for addressing medical emergencies. 7. Stay informed. Stay updated on weather conditions and any potential warnings or alerts issued by local authorities. If possible, listen to a battery-powered radio or use a satellite phone to access news and weather updates. Being aware of the situation will allow you to make informed decisions and take appropriate actions. 8. Practice evacuation drills. Regularly practice evacuation drills to ensure that you are familiar with the process and can execute it efficiently. Identify multiple evacuation routes and practice using them under different scenarios. This preparation will help you remain calm and focused during an actual emergency. 9. Secure important documents. Keep important documents, such as identification papers, passports, and emergency contact information, in a waterproof and secure container. These documents may be crucial for identification and reintegration after rescue. 10. Stay calm and positive. During a natural disaster, it is essential to remain calm and positive. Panic can cloud your judgment and hinder your ability to make rational decisions. Stay focused on your emergency plan and trust in your preparations. By following these steps and being proactive in your preparations, you can significantly increase your chances of surviving natural disasters while stranded on a deserted island. Remember, preparation is key, and staying informed and adaptable will be crucial in navigating through these challenging situations. 9. Building tools and weapons. 9.1 Crafting basic tools from natural materials. Crafting tools from natural materials is an essential skill for survival on a deserted island. When stranded without access to modern tools, it becomes crucial to rely on the resources available in the surrounding environment. By utilizing your creativity and resourcefulness, you can fashion basic tools that will aid in various tasks such as hunting, building, and gathering. In this section, we will explore different techniques and materials for crafting tools from natural resources. Gathering natural materials. Before you can start crafting tools, you need to gather suitable natural materials. Look for resources that are readily available on the island and can be easily shaped or modified. Here are some common materials you can find. Wood. Wood is a versatile material that can be used for various tools. Look for fallen branches or driftwood along the shoreline. Choose hardwoods like oak or maple for durability. Rocks. Rocks can be used for shaping and grinding tools. Look for smooth, flat rocks that can be easily held and manipulated. Bones. If you come across the remains of animals, bones can be used to create sharp points or cutting edges. Look for larger bones like femurs or ribs. Shells. Shells can be used for cutting, scraping, or even as containers. Look for shells with sharp edges or sturdy structures. Plant fibers. Certain plants provide strong fibers that can be used for binding or weaving. Look for plants like coconut husks, palm fronds, or vines. Crafting techniques. Once you have gathered the necessary materials, it's time to start crafting your tools. Here are some basic techniques you can use. Carving. Carving involves shaping wood or bone using a sharp rock or shell. Start by sketching the desired shape on the material and then carefully chip away small pieces until you achieve the desired form. This technique can be used to create handles for tools or even simple utensils. Lashing. Lashing involves binding materials together using plant fibers or vines. This technique is useful for creating handles, securing blades, or constructing larger tools. Start by cutting the fibers into thin strips and then tightly wrap them around the materials, tying knots to secure them in place. Grinding. Grinding involves using a rock or another hard surface to shape or sharpen tools. For example, you can use a flat rock to sharpen the edge of a bone or stone knife. Rub the tool against the grinding surface in a back and forth motion until the desired sharpness is achieved. Weaving. Weaving involves interlacing plant fibers to create baskets, nets, or traps. Start by gathering long, flexible fibers and then weave them together in a pattern. This technique can be used to create containers for collecting food or even fishing nets. Basic tools to craft. Now that you understand the techniques, let's explore some basic tools you can craft from natural materials. Spears. Spears can be used for hunting fish or small game. Carve a long, sturdy branch into a pointed tip and attach a sharpened bone or stone to the end using lashing. This will create a versatile tool for catching food. Knives. Knives are essential for various tasks such as cutting, carving, and preparing food. Carve a sharp blade from a bone or stone and attach it to a wooden handle using lashing. Ensure the blade is securely fastened to the handle for safe use. Fishing hooks. Fishing hooks can be crafted from bones or shells. Carve a small, pointed hook shape from a bone or use a shell with a naturally sharp edge. Attach the hook to a line made from plant fibers or vines, and you have a simple fishing tool. Digging sticks. Digging sticks are useful for digging holes, collecting roots, or creating traps. Find a sturdy branch and carve one end into a pointed tip. This tool will help you with various tasks that require digging. Fire drill. Fire is crucial for survival, and a fire drill can help you create friction to start a fire. Find a straight, dry stick and carve a small depression at one end. Use another stick to rotate rapidly in the depression, creating friction that generates heat and eventually ignites tinder. Remember, these are just a few examples of basic tools you can craft from natural materials. The key is to adapt and innovate based on the resources available to you on the deserted island. By honing your crafting skills and utilizing your surroundings, you can create tools that will greatly enhance your chances of survival. 9.2 Creating weapons for hunting and defense. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the most crucial skills you need to develop is the ability to create weapons for hunting and defense. These weapons will not only help you procure food but also protect yourself from potential threats. In this section, we will explore various techniques and methods for crafting effective weapons using natural materials found on the island. Understanding the importance of weapons. Before we delve into the specifics of weapon crafting, it is essential to understand why weapons are crucial for survival on a deserted island. Firstly, weapons enable you to hunt for food. While foraging for edible plants and fruits is essential, having the ability to catch fish or hunt small game significantly increases your chances of obtaining a sustainable food source. Secondly, weapons provide a means of defense against potential dangers. While it is always best to avoid confrontations with wildlife, there may be situations where you need to protect yourself. Crafting weapons will give you a sense of security and confidence, allowing you to navigate the island with greater peace of mind. Crafting basic weapons. When it comes to crafting weapons on a deserted island, simplicity and efficiency are key. You will be working with limited resources, so it is important to make the most of what nature provides. Here are a few basic weapons you can create. 1. Spear. The spear is one of the most versatile and effective weapons you can craft. To create a spear, find a long, sturdy branch and sharpen one end using a sharp rock or shell. This will serve as the spearhead. Attach the spearhead securely to the branch using vines or strong fibers, ensuring it is tightly bound. The spear can be used for fishing, hunting small game, or as a defensive weapon. 2. Bow and arrow. Crafting a bow and arrow requires more skill and patience, but it can be a highly effective weapon for hunting. Find a flexible branch for the bow and shape it into a curved shape. Attach a strong string or vine to both ends of the bow, creating tension. For the arrows, find straight branches and sharpen one end to create the arrowhead. Attach feathers or leaves to the other end to stabilize the arrow during flight. Practice your aim and accuracy to maximize the effectiveness of the bow and arrow. 3. Slingshot. A slingshot is a simple yet powerful weapon that can be crafted using elastic materials and a pouch. Find a Y-shaped branch and attach a strong elastic material, such as rubber bands or vines, to the two ends of the Y. Create a pouch using a piece of fabric or animal hide and attach it to the elastic. This weapon is ideal for hunting small game and birds. 4. Club. If you are unable to find suitable materials for crafting more complex weapons, a club can be a reliable option. Look for a sturdy branch or piece of driftwood and shape one end into a blunt, heavy object. This weapon can be used for self-defense against predators or as a tool for hunting small game at close range. Utilizing found objects. In addition to crafting weapons from natural materials, it is important to utilize any found objects that may serve as effective weapons. Keep an eye out for items such as sharp rocks, shells, or broken pieces of glass that can be used as makeshift knives or cutting tools. These objects can be attached to wooden handles or secured with vines to create more versatile weapons. Safety considerations. While crafting weapons for survival, it is crucial to prioritize safety. Always handle sharp objects with care and be mindful of your surroundings. Avoid pointing or swinging weapons in the direction of others, as accidents can happen even in the most controlled environments. Additionally, remember that your primary goal is survival, not engaging in unnecessary conflicts. Use weapons responsibly and only when absolutely necessary. Conclusion. Crafting weapons for hunting and defense is an essential skill when stranded on a deserted island. By understanding the importance of weapons, learning to craft basic tools, and utilizing found objects, you can increase your chances of survival and protect yourself from potential threats. Remember to prioritize safety and use weapons responsibly. With these skills, you will be better equipped to navigate the challenges of solitude and thrive in your island survival journey. 9.3 Utilizing found objects for survival. When stranded on a deserted island, one of the key skills for survival is the ability to utilize found objects. In such a situation, you may not have access to modern tools or resources, but with a little creativity and resourcefulness, you can make use of the items you find on the island to meet your basic needs. This section will provide you with practical tips and techniques for utilizing found objects for survival. Improvising tools and equipment. One of the first things you should do when stranded on a deserted island is to assess your surroundings and gather any objects that could potentially be used as tools or equipment. Look for items such as rocks, shells, pieces of driftwood, and discarded debris from shipwrecks. These objects can be repurposed to serve a variety of functions. 1. Crafting tools. With a little ingenuity, you can transform found objects into useful tools. For example, a sharp-edged rock can be used as a makeshift knife for cutting and carving. You can also fashion a spear by attaching a sharp piece of driftwood to a sturdy branch, which can be used for hunting or self-defense against wildlife. 2. Creating containers. Finding or creating containers is essential for collecting and storing water, as well as for gathering and preserving food. Look for shells, coconut shells, or large leaves that can be used as natural containers. If you can't find suitable containers, you can fashion them from materials such as bark or woven grass. 3. Building shelter. Utilizing found objects is crucial when it comes to building a shelter. Look for large branches, palm fronds, or any other materials that can provide a sturdy framework for your shelter. Use vines or long grass to tie the materials together and create a secure structure. If you find any discarded materials like tarps or pieces of fabric, incorporate them into your shelter for added protection against the elements. Finding and preparing food. Surviving on a deserted island requires finding and preparing food from the available resources. While it may seem challenging, there are ways to utilize found objects to aid in your search for sustenance. 1. Fishing and hunting. To catch fish, you can fashion a simple fishing line using a piece of string or rope and attach a makeshift hook made from a bent piece of wire or a sharp shell. Use a sturdy branch as a fishing rod and cast your line into the water. Alternatively, you can create fish traps using rocks or woven baskets. For hunting small game, fashion snares or traps using vines or ropes. Set them up in areas where you have observed animal activity. If you have crafted a spear, it can also be used for hunting small animals or birds. 2. Gathering edible plants. Explore the island to identify edible plants and fruits. Look for coconut trees, banana plants, or any other fruit-bearing trees. Use rocks or sticks to knock down fruits that are out of reach. Be cautious and learn to identify poisonous plants to avoid any potential harm. 3. Cooking utensils. When it comes to cooking, improvisation is key. Utilize found objects as cooking utensils. For example, large leaves can be used as plates or bowls. Flat rocks can serve as cooking surfaces for grilling or heating food. If you have managed to create a fire, fashion a tripod using sturdy branches to suspend a pot or container over the flames. Creating signaling devices. Signaling for rescue is crucial when stranded on a deserted island. Utilizing found objects to create signaling devices can greatly increase your chances of being spotted by passing ships or aircraft. 1. Building a signal fire. A signal fire can be created using a combination of rocks and wood. Arrange the rocks in a large, visible pattern and stack the wood in a pyramid shape. When lit, the fire will produce a significant amount of smoke, which can be seen from a distance. Ensure that you choose a location for your signal fire that is visible from the sea or sky. 2. Using reflective objects. Found objects such as mirrors, CDs, or even aluminum foil can be used to create reflective signals. Direct sunlight towards potential rescuers by angling the reflective object towards them. This can help catch their attention and increase the chances of being noticed. 3. Creating distress signals. Utilize found objects to create distress signals that can be seen from afar. Use brightly colored fabric or clothing to create flags or banners that can be waved to attract attention. Arrange rocks or branches in patterns that spell out SOS or other recognizable distress signals. Remember, the key to utilizing found objects for survival is to be resourceful and creative. Take the time to explore your surroundings and think outside the box. With a little ingenuity, you can turn seemingly insignificant objects into valuable tools and resources that will greatly enhance your chances of survival on a deserted island. 9.4 Maintaining and repairing tools. When stranded on a deserted island, your tools are your lifeline. They help you build shelter, find food, and protect yourself from the elements. However, in such a harsh environment, tools can easily break or become damaged. That's why it's crucial to know how to maintain and repair them to ensure their longevity and effectiveness. In this section, we will explore some essential tips and techniques for maintaining and repairing tools in a survival situation. 9.4.1 Regular cleaning and inspection. Regular cleaning and inspection are essential for keeping your tools in good working condition. In the harsh environment of a deserted island, tools can quickly accumulate dirt, sand, and saltwater, which can lead to corrosion and damage. Therefore, it's crucial to clean your tools regularly to remove any debris and prevent rust. To clean your tools, start by rinsing them with fresh water to remove any salt or sand. Use a brush or cloth to scrub away any stubborn dirt or grime. After cleaning, make sure to dry your tools thoroughly to prevent moisture from causing rust. If possible, apply a thin layer of oil or lubricant to protect the metal parts from corrosion. In addition to cleaning, it's essential to inspect your tools regularly for any signs of damage or wear. Check for loose or damaged handles, bent or broken blades, and any other issues that may affect the tool's functionality. By identifying and addressing these problems early on, you can prevent further damage and ensure that your tools remain in good working condition. 9.4.2 Sharpening and Honing. Sharp tools are more efficient and safer to use. In a survival situation, having sharp cutting tools can make a significant difference in your ability to gather food, build shelter, and perform other essential tasks. Therefore, it's crucial to know how to sharpen and hone your tools properly. To sharpen a blade, you can use various methods depending on the tools available to you. If you have access to a sharpening stone, start by wetting it with water. Hold the blade at a consistent angle against the stone and move it back and forth in a smooth, controlled motion. Repeat this process on both sides of the blade until you achieve the desired sharpness. If you don't have a sharpening stone, you can use alternative methods such as using a smooth rock or even the edge of a ceramic mug. The key is to maintain a consistent angle and apply even pressure while sharpening. Honing is another important technique to maintain the sharpness of your tools. Honing helps to realign the microscopic teeth on the blade, ensuring that it remains sharp for longer. To hone a blade, use a honing rod or the bottom of a ceramic plate. Hold the tool at a slight angle and run it along the honing surface in a smooth, controlled motion. Repeat this process several times on both sides of the blade. Remember, sharpening and honing require practice and patience. Take your time and be careful not to cut yourself during the process. A sharp tool is an invaluable asset in a survival situation, so it's worth investing time and effort into maintaining and sharpening your tools regularly. 9.4.3 Improvising repairs. In a survival situation, you may not have access to replacement parts or specialized tools for repairs. However, with a bit of creativity and resourcefulness, you can often improvise repairs using the materials available to you on the island. For minor repairs, consider using natural materials such as vines, fibers, or even animal tendons as makeshift ropes or bindings. These can be used to secure loose handles, reinforce weak points, or mend broken parts. Additionally, you can use rocks or shells as hammers or anvils to reshape or straighten bent or damaged tools. If you have access to fire, heat can be a valuable tool for repairing certain types of tools. For example, if a metal tool has become misshapen or bent, you can heat it in a fire until it becomes malleable and then carefully reshape it using rocks or other hard surfaces. Remember, improvising repairs requires creativity and adaptability. It's essential to assess the situation and use the available resources wisely. While improvised repairs may not be as durable or precise as professional repairs, they can often be sufficient to keep your tools functional until rescue or until you can find suitable replacement parts. 9.4.4 Prioritizing tool maintenance. In a survival situation, time and energy are precious resources. Therefore, it's crucial to prioritize tool maintenance based on their importance and frequency of use. Focus on keeping the tools that are essential for survival in the best possible condition. For example, tools such as knives, axes, and saws are vital for gathering food, building shelter, and creating firewood. These tools should be regularly cleaned, inspected, and sharpened to ensure their effectiveness. On the other hand, tools that are less critical, such as fishing hooks or sewing needles, can be maintained less frequently. By prioritizing tool maintenance, you can make the most efficient use of your limited resources and ensure that the tools you rely on the most are always in good working condition. Conclusion. Maintaining and repairing tools is a crucial aspect of survival on a deserted island. By regularly cleaning, inspecting, and sharpening your tools, you can ensure their longevity and effectiveness. Additionally, learning to improvise repairs using the resources available to you can help extend the lifespan of your tools. Remember to prioritize tool maintenance based on their importance and frequency of use. By taking care of your tools, you increase your chances of thriving in solitude and successfully navigating the challenges of a deserted island. 10. Medical emergencies and first aid. 10.1 Assessing and treating common injuries. When stranded on a deserted island, it is crucial to be prepared for potential injuries and know how to assess and treat them. In such a remote and isolated environment, medical help may not be readily available, making it essential to have basic first aid knowledge. This section will guide you through assessing and treating common injuries that you may encounter while surviving on a deserted island. Assessing injuries. In any survival situation, it is important to assess injuries promptly to determine their severity and provide appropriate treatment. Here are some common injuries you may encounter and how to assess them. Cuts and wounds. Cuts and wounds are common injuries that can occur while navigating through the island's terrain or while building shelters. To assess a cut or wound, follow these steps. Clean the wound. Before assessing the wound, ensure your hands are clean. Rinse the wound gently with clean water to remove any dirt or debris. Examine the wound. Carefully inspect the wound to determine its depth and size. Look for signs of infection, such as redness, swelling, or pus. Control bleeding. Apply gentle pressure to the wound using a clean cloth or bandage to stop any bleeding. Elevate the injured area if possible. Assess severity. based on the depth and size of the wound, determine if it requires stitches or can be treated with basic first aid. Sprains and strains. While exploring the island or engaging in physical activities, you may experience sprains or strains. To assess these injuries, follow these steps. Rest the injured area. If you suspect a sprain or strain, immediately stop any activity and rest the affected area. Observe swelling and bruising. Look for signs of swelling, bruising, or deformity around the injured joint or muscle. Test range of motion. Gently move the injured area to assess its range of motion. If there is severe pain or limited movement, it may indicate a more serious injury. Assess pain level. Ask yourself how severe the pain is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most intense pain you have ever experienced. Fractures and dislocations. In the unfortunate event of a fracture or dislocation, it is crucial to assess the injury accurately. Follow these steps. Immobilize the injured area. If you suspect a fracture or dislocation, avoid moving the injured limb and immobilize it using a splint or any available materials. Observe deformity or swelling. Look for any visible deformity, swelling, or discoloration around the injured area. Assess pain and loss of function. Determine the level of pain and if there is a loss of function in the injured limb. Check for circulation. Assess the circulation by checking for a pulse below the injury site. If there is no pulse, it may indicate a more severe injury. Burns. Accidental burns can occur while cooking, making fires, or handling hot objects. To assess burns, follow these steps. Determine burn severity. Assess the burn's depth and size. First-degree burns affect the outer layer of skin, second-degree burns penetrate deeper, and third-degree burns are the most severe. Observe blistering and redness. Look for signs of blistering, redness, or charred skin around the burn area. Assess pain level. Ask the person experiencing the burn to rate the pain on a scale of 1 to 10. Check for signs of infection. Monitor the burn for any signs of infection, such as increased redness, swelling, or discharge. Treating injuries. Once you have assessed the injury, it is crucial to provide appropriate treatment to prevent further complications. Here are some basic treatment techniques for common injuries. Cuts and wounds. Clean the wound. Thoroughly clean the wound with clean water or a mild antiseptic solution to reduce the risk of infection. Apply pressure. If the wound is bleeding, apply gentle pressure using a clean cloth or bandage to control the bleeding. Dress the wound. Cover the wound with a sterile dressing or clean cloth to protect it from dirt and further injury. Monitor for infection. Regularly check the wound for signs of infection and clean it daily to prevent complications. Sprains and strains. Rest and elevate. Rest the injured area and elevate it to reduce swelling. Apply cold compress. Use a cold compress or ice wrapped in a cloth to reduce pain and swelling. Apply it to the injured area for 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Compression. If available, wrap the injured area with an elastic bandage to provide support and reduce swelling. Immobilize. If the injury is severe, immobilize the area using a splint or any available materials. Fractures and dislocations. Immobilize. Keep the injured limb as still as possible by using a splint or any available materials. Apply cold compress. Use a cold compress or ice wrapped in a cloth to reduce pain and swelling. Seek professional help. In the case of a fracture or dislocation, it is essential to seek professional medical help as soon as possible. Burns. Cool the burn. Immediately cool the burn under running water for at least 10 to 20 minutes to reduce pain and prevent further tissue damage. Cover the burn. Once cooled, cover the burn with a sterile non-stick dressing or clean cloth. Pain relief. Over-the-counter pain relievers can help manage the pain associated with burns. Seek medical attention. For severe burns or burns covering a large area, seek medical help as soon as possible. Remember, these treatment techniques are basic and may vary depending on the severity of the injury and the resources available to you. It is crucial to seek professional medical help as soon as possible, especially for severe injuries or if complications arise. By being prepared and knowledgeable about assessing and treating common injuries, you can effectively manage your health and well-being while surviving on a deserted island. 10.2 Dealing with illness and infections. When stranded on a deserted island, it is crucial to prioritize your health and well-being. Illnesses and infections can pose significant threats to your survival, so it is essential to be prepared and knowledgeable about how to deal with them. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques to handle common illnesses and infections that you may encounter while surviving on a deserted island. Recognizing the signs and symptoms. The first step in dealing with illness and infections is to be able to recognize the signs and symptoms. It is important to be aware of any changes in your body and monitor your health regularly. Some common symptoms you may experience include fever, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, coughing, and skin rashes. Additionally, pay attention to any wounds or injuries that may become infected. Treating minor illnesses and infections. Cuts and wounds. Clean any cuts or wounds immediately with clean water and mild soap. Apply an antiseptic solution or ointment to prevent infection. If the wound is deep or shows signs of infection, such as redness, swelling, or pus, it is crucial to keep it clean and covered to promote healing. Gastrointestinal issues. Diarrhea and vomiting can lead to dehydration, so it is essential to replenish fluids. Drink plenty of clean water or, if available, coconut water to stay hydrated. Avoid consuming any questionable or contaminated food and focus on easily digestible foods like boiled rice or bananas. Respiratory infections. If you develop a cough or experience difficulty breathing, it could be a sign of a respiratory infection. Resting and staying warm can help your body fight off the infection. If you have access to medicinal plants with respiratory benefits, such as eucalyptus or mint, you can create a steam inhalation by boiling the leaves and inhaling the steam. Skin infections. Keep your skin clean and dry to prevent infections. If you notice any signs of infection, such as redness, swelling, or pus, clean the affected area with clean water and mild soap. Apply an antiseptic ointment and cover the area with a clean bandage. If the infection worsens or spreads, seek professional medical help if possible. Fungal infections. Fungal infections, such as athlete's foot or ringworm, can occur in humid environments. Keep your feet and body clean and dry. If you develop a fungal infection, apply an antifungal cream or powder to the affected area. Avoid sharing personal items like towels or clothing to prevent spreading the infection. Dealing with serious illnesses and infections. In some cases, you may encounter more severe illnesses or infections that require immediate attention. While it may be challenging to treat these conditions without professional medical help, there are steps you can take to manage them until rescue or assistance arrives. Fever and infections. If you experience a high fever or suspect a severe infection, it is crucial to rest and conserve your energy. Stay hydrated and monitor your temperature regularly. Use natural remedies like herbal teas or cold compresses to help reduce fever. If the fever persists or worsens, seek medical help if possible. Insect bites and stings. Insect bites and stings can cause allergic reactions or transmit diseases. If you are bitten or stung, clean the area with soap and water. Apply a cold compress to reduce swelling and itching. If you have any known allergies or experience severe symptoms like difficulty breathing or swelling of the face, seek medical help immediately. Snake bites. If you are bitten by a snake, try to identify the snake if possible. Keep the affected limb immobilized and positioned below the heart level. Do not attempt to suck out the venom or make any incisions. Seek immediate medical help if possible, as snake bites can be life-threatening. Severe allergic reactions. If you experience a severe allergic reaction, such as difficulty breathing, swelling of the face or throat, or a rapid heartbeat, it may be an anaphylactic reaction. If you have access to an epinephrine auto-injector (EpiPen) and know how to use it, administer it immediately. Seek medical help as soon as possible. Preventing illnesses and infections. Prevention is always better than cure, especially when stranded on a deserted island. Here are some essential tips to minimize the risk of illnesses and infections. Maintain personal hygiene. Keep yourself clean by bathing regularly and washing your hands with soap and clean water. Pay special attention to areas prone to infections, such as cuts, wounds, and private areas. Purify water. Ensure that the water you consume is safe by purifying it. Boiling water is the most effective method, but if you don't have access to fire, you can use water purification tablets or create a simple filtration system using sand and charcoal. Avoid contaminated food. Be cautious when foraging for food. Learn to identify edible plants and fruits to avoid consuming anything poisonous. Cook meat thoroughly to kill any potential bacteria or parasites. Protect yourself from insects. Use natural insect repellents, such as citronella or neem oil, to keep insects at bay. Cover your body with clothing and use mosquito nets while sleeping to prevent insect bites. Maintain a clean environment. Keep your shelter and surroundings clean to minimize the risk of infections. Dispose of waste properly and away from your living area. Remember, while these tips can help you manage illnesses and infections, it is crucial to seek professional medical help as soon as possible. If rescue is not imminent, try to signal for help and maintain hope for a successful rescue. 10.3 Performing CPR and basic life support. In a survival situation on a deserted island, medical emergencies can occur at any time. It is crucial to have a basic understanding of CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and basic life support techniques to provide immediate assistance to someone in need. These skills can make a significant difference in saving a life until professional medical help arrives. In this section, we will discuss the steps involved in performing CPR and basic life support. Understanding CPR. CPR is a life-saving technique used when someone's heart has stopped beating or they have stopped breathing. It involves a combination of chest compressions and rescue breaths to maintain blood circulation and oxygen supply to the vital organs. CPR can be performed on both adults and children, but the techniques may vary slightly. Assessing the situation. Before initiating CPR, it is essential to assess the situation and ensure your safety. Look for any potential dangers or hazards that could harm you or the victim. If the environment is safe, approach the person and check for responsiveness. Checking for responsiveness. To check if the person is responsive, gently tap their shoulder and ask loudly, "Are you okay?" If there is no response, it indicates that the person is unresponsive and requires immediate medical attention. Activating emergency services. If you are on a deserted island and have access to a communication device, such as a satellite phone or radio, call for emergency medical assistance as soon as possible. Provide them with your location and a brief description of the situation. If you don't have access to communication devices, you may need to rely on other means of signaling for help, as discussed in Chapter 5. Opening the airway. Once you have determined that the person is unresponsive, it is crucial to open their airway to ensure proper breathing. Place one hand on their forehead and gently tilt their head back, while using your other hand to lift their chin. This maneuver helps to clear any obstructions and allows air to flow freely. Checking for breathing. After opening the airway, lean down and place your ear close to the person's mouth and nose. Look, listen, and feel for any signs of breathing for about 10 seconds. If the person is not breathing or only gasping, it is an indication that CPR needs to be initiated immediately. Performing chest compressions. To perform chest compressions, position yourself beside the person's chest. Place the heel of one hand on the center of their chest, between the nipples. Interlock your fingers and keep your arms straight. Using your body weight, push down firmly and quickly to a depth of about 2 inches. Perform compressions at a rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute, allowing the chest to fully recoil between each compression. Rescue breaths. After 30 compressions, it is time to provide rescue breaths. Maintain the head tilt and chin lift position. Pinch the person's nose shut with your thumb and forefinger, and create a seal over their mouth with your mouth. Give 2 slow breaths, each lasting about 1 second, and watch for the chest to rise. If the chest does not rise, reposition the head and try again. Continue CPR. Continue the cycle of 30 compressions followed by 2 rescue breaths until professional medical help arrives or the person shows signs of life. It is essential to maintain a steady rhythm and avoid interruptions as much as possible. AED Automated External Defibrillator. If you have access to an AED, follow the instructions provided with the device. AEDs are designed to analyze the heart rhythm and deliver an electric shock if necessary. They are simple to use and can significantly increase the chances of survival in cases of cardiac arrest. Conclusion. Knowing how to perform CPR and basic life support is a valuable skill that can save lives in emergency situations. However, it is important to remember that this guide provides only a basic overview. It is highly recommended to undergo formal CPR and first aid training to gain a more comprehensive understanding of these techniques. Additionally, always prioritize your safety and seek professional medical help as soon as possible in any emergency situation. 10.4 Creating a basic first aid kit. When stranded on a deserted island, it is crucial to be prepared for any medical emergencies or injuries that may occur. Creating a basic first aid kit is an essential step in ensuring your health and well-being during your time in solitude. While it may not be possible to have a fully stocked medical kit, having a few essential items can make a significant difference in treating minor injuries and preventing them from escalating into more severe conditions. Understanding the importance of a first aid kit. A first aid kit is a collection of medical supplies and equipment that can be used to provide initial treatment for injuries or illnesses. It is designed to address common medical issues and stabilize a person's condition until professional medical help becomes available. In a survival situation, where access to medical facilities is limited or non-existent, a well-prepared first aid kit can be a lifesaver. Essential items for a basic first aid kit. When assembling a basic first aid kit for a deserted island, it is essential to focus on items that are versatile, lightweight, and have a long shelf life. Here are some essential items to include. 1. Adhesive bandages. Adhesive bandages, commonly known as band-aids, are essential for covering small cuts, blisters, or abrasions. They help protect the wound from dirt and bacteria, promoting faster healing. 2. Sterile gauze pads. Sterile gauze pads are useful for cleaning and covering larger wounds. They can be used to apply pressure to control bleeding or as a dressing for more significant injuries. 3. Medical tape. Medical tape is necessary for securing bandages and gauze pads in place. It is also useful for creating splints or immobilizing injured limbs. 4. Antiseptic solution or wipes. Antiseptic solutions or wipes are crucial for cleaning wounds and preventing infection. They can be used to disinfect cuts, scrapes, or burns. 5. Tweezers. Tweezers are handy for removing splinters, thorns, or other foreign objects embedded in the skin. They should be sterilized before use to prevent infection. 6. Scissors. Scissors are essential for cutting tape, gauze, or clothing in emergency situations. They can also be used to remove clothing from around a wound. 7. Safety pins. Safety pins can be used to secure bandages or makeshift slings. They are versatile and can come in handy for various purposes. 8. Pain relievers. Including over-the-counter pain relievers such as acetaminophen or ibuprofen can help alleviate pain and reduce fever. However, it is essential to follow the recommended dosage and consult a healthcare professional if necessary. 9. Antihistamines. Antihistamines can be useful in treating allergic reactions, insect bites, or stings. They can help reduce itching, swelling, and other symptoms associated with allergies. 10. Antibiotic ointment. Including a small tube of antibiotic ointment can help prevent infection in minor cuts, scrapes, or burns. It should be applied after cleaning the wound. 11. Disposable gloves. Disposable gloves are essential for maintaining proper hygiene when treating wounds or coming into contact with bodily fluids. They help prevent the spread of infection. 12. CPR mask. A CPR mask is a small, portable device that provides a barrier between the rescuer and the person receiving CPR. It can be crucial in emergency situations where mouth-to-mouth resuscitation is required. 13. Emergency blanket. An emergency blanket, also known as a space blanket, can help retain body heat and provide protection from the elements. It is lightweight and compact, making it easy to include in your first aid kit. 14. Medical manual or first aid guide. Having a medical manual or first aid guide specific to wilderness or survival situations can provide valuable information and guidance when dealing with injuries or illnesses. Organizing and maintaining your first aid kit. Once you have gathered all the necessary items, it is essential to organize them in a waterproof and durable container. A small, lightweight, and waterproof bag or container is ideal for a deserted island survival situation. Make sure to label your first aid kit clearly and keep it in a location that is easily accessible. Regularly check and replenish your first aid kit to ensure that all items are in good condition and within their expiration dates. Replace any used or expired items promptly. Additionally, familiarize yourself with the contents of your first aid kit and learn how to use them effectively. Conclusion. Creating a basic first aid kit is a crucial step in preparing for medical emergencies while stranded on a deserted island. While it may not be possible to have a fully stocked medical kit, including essential items such as adhesive bandages, sterile gauze pads, antiseptic solution, tweezers, and pain relievers can significantly improve your ability to treat minor injuries and prevent them from escalating. Remember to organize and maintain your first aid kit regularly, and familiarize yourself with its contents and their proper usage. 11. Rescue and reintegration. 11.1 Signs of potential rescue. When you find yourself stranded on a deserted island, the ultimate goal is to be rescued and reintegrated back into society. While the isolation and solitude can be challenging, it's important to stay vigilant and keep an eye out for potential signs of rescue. In this section, we will explore the various indicators that may suggest help is on the way. Visual signals. One of the most effective ways to attract attention and signal for rescue is through visual means. By creating visible signs, you increase your chances of being spotted by passing ships, aircraft, or search parties. Here are some techniques to consider. Smoke signals. Building a fire and creating thick smoke during the day can be an effective way to signal for help. Ensure that your fire is in an open area and use green vegetation to produce more smoke. Reflective surfaces. Utilize any reflective surfaces you can find, such as mirrors, glass, or even aluminum foil, to create flashes of light that can catch the attention of potential rescuers. SOS signs. Carve or construct large letters spelling out SOS on the ground using rocks, branches, or any other available materials. This internationally recognized distress signal can be easily understood by search parties. Flagging. If you have access to fabric or clothing, create a flag by tying it to a long pole or stick. Wave the flag in a highly visible area to attract attention. Rock piles. Stack rocks or stones in a conspicuous manner to create a visible marker that indicates human presence. This can be particularly useful if you are unable to move around the island easily. Auditory signals. In addition to visual signals, it's important to consider auditory signals as well. Sound can travel long distances, especially over water, and can alert potential rescuers to your presence. Here are some techniques to consider. Shouting and whistling. Use your voice to shout for help periodically. Shout loudly and clearly, focusing on short and distinct phrases like, help, or, over here. Whistling can also carry over long distances, so keep a whistle handy and use it to create attention-grabbing sounds. Metallic sounds. If you have access to metal objects, such as pots, pans, or even a metal tool, use them to create loud banging sounds. This can help draw attention to your location. Musical instruments. If you have a musical instrument, such as a harmonica or a whistle, use it to create a distinct and recognizable sound. This can help differentiate your signals from natural sounds and attract attention. Drumming. If you have access to hollow objects, such as logs or barrels, use them as makeshift drums. By beating on them rhythmically, you can create a repetitive sound that may catch the attention of potential rescuers. Natural indicators. While actively signaling for rescue is important, it's also crucial to be aware of natural indicators that may suggest the presence of potential rescuers. Here are some signs to look out for. Aircraft or ships. Keep a lookout for any passing aircraft or ships. Pay attention to the direction they are traveling and try to make yourself visible to them. If you spot one, use your visual and auditory signals to attract their attention. Unusual noises. Listen for any unusual sounds that may indicate the presence of human activity. These could include engine noises, voices, or even the sound of machinery. Investigate the source of the sound and try to make contact if possible. Flares or smoke. If you see flares or smoke in the distance, it could be a sign of nearby human activity. Pay close attention to the direction and intensity of the signals and respond with your own signals to indicate your presence. Debris or footprints. Keep an eye out for any signs of human presence, such as debris washed ashore or footprints on the beach. These may indicate that others have been in the area and could potentially lead to rescue. Remember, the key to being rescued is to remain proactive and alert. Continuously monitor your surroundings for any signs of potential rescue and be prepared to respond quickly and effectively. By utilizing visual and auditory signals, as well as being aware of natural indicators, you increase your chances of being spotted and ultimately rescued from your deserted island. 11.2 Preparing for rescue and reintegration. Being stranded on a deserted island can be a challenging and isolating experience. However, there is always hope for rescue and reintegration into society. In this section, we will explore the steps you can take to prepare yourself for rescue and the process of reintegrating into the world after a prolonged period of solitude. Maintaining hope and motivation. While waiting for rescue, it is crucial to maintain a positive mindset and keep your hope alive. Here are some strategies to help you stay motivated. Set goals. Establish short-term and long-term goals to give yourself a sense of purpose. These goals can include building a signal fire every day, improving your shelter, or learning new survival skills. Stay busy. Engage in activities that keep your mind occupied and prevent negative thoughts from taking over. This could involve exploring the island, gathering food and water, or working on creative projects. Visualize rescue. Imagine the moment of rescue and how it will feel to be reunited with loved ones. Visualizing this positive outcome can help you stay focused and motivated. Maintain a routine. Establishing a daily routine can provide structure and stability to your days. This routine can include tasks such as gathering food, purifying water, and working on your shelter. Building a rescue plan. While waiting for rescue, it is essential to have a plan in place to increase your chances of being found. Here are some steps to consider. Create visible signals. Build and maintain a signal fire on the highest point of the island. Use green vegetation to create contrast and attract attention. Additionally, create large SOS signs on the beach using rocks or other materials. Utilize signaling devices. If you have access to any signaling devices such as a mirror, whistle, or flashlight, use them to attract attention. Regularly scan the horizon for passing ships or aircraft and use these devices to signal for help. Establish a communication plan. If you have access to a radio or other communication devices, try to establish contact with nearby islands, passing ships, or aircraft. Use distress signals and provide your location and situation. Maintain a log. Keep a detailed log of your activities, including any attempts to signal for rescue, encounters with wildlife, and changes in your physical or mental state. This log can be valuable information for rescuers and can help you maintain a sense of control and purpose. Physical preparation for rescue. In addition to mental and strategic preparation, it is essential to ensure your physical well-being before rescue. Here are some steps to consider. Maintain your health. Prioritize your physical health by eating a balanced diet, staying hydrated, and getting enough rest. Engage in regular physical activity to keep your body strong and fit. Prepare for medical emergencies. Create a basic first aid kit and familiarize yourself with its contents. Learn essential first aid techniques such as treating wounds, performing CPR, and managing common injuries and illnesses. Stay visible. Wear bright-colored clothing or use reflective materials to increase your visibility to potential rescuers. This can be especially helpful if you need to leave the island's shoreline to explore for resources. Stay fit. Engage in regular exercise to maintain your physical fitness. This will not only help you during the rescue process but also contribute to your overall well-being and mental resilience. Reintegration into society. After being rescued and returning to civilization, the process of reintegration can be overwhelming. Here are some tips to help you navigate this transition. Take it slow. Give yourself time to adjust to the fast-paced nature of society. Avoid overwhelming yourself with too many commitments or responsibilities initially. Seek support. Reach out to friends, family, or support groups who can provide emotional support and guidance during this transition. Share your experiences and feelings with them, as they can help you process your time on the island. Reflect on your experience. Take time to reflect on your time in solitude and the lessons you learned. Consider how this experience has changed your perspective on life and what you value most. Seek professional help if needed. If you find it challenging to adjust to life after solitude, consider seeking professional support and counseling. A therapist or counselor can help you navigate the emotional challenges and provide guidance for your reintegration process. Remember, the experience of being stranded on a deserted island can be traumatic, and everyone's journey is unique. Be patient with yourself and allow yourself time to heal and adjust. With the right mindset, preparation, and support, you can successfully transition back into society and thrive in your newfound appreciation for life. 11.3 Adjusting to life after solitude. Surviving on a deserted island can be an incredibly challenging and isolating experience. However, eventually, the day will come when you are rescued and reintegrated back into society. While this may seem like a joyous occasion, it can also be overwhelming and disorienting. Adjusting to life after solitude requires a period of transition and adaptation. In this section, we will explore some strategies to help you navigate this process and find your place in the world once again. Embracing change. Returning to civilization after a prolonged period of solitude can be a shock to the system. The fast-paced nature of modern life, the constant presence of other people, and the abundance of technology can feel overwhelming. It is important to recognize that change is inevitable and to embrace it with an open mind. Understand that you have grown and evolved during your time on the deserted island, and now it is time to integrate those experiences into your new life. Reconnecting with loved ones. One of the most significant aspects of adjusting to life after solitude is reconnecting with your loved ones. Your family and friends may have worried about you during your time on the island, and they will likely be overjoyed to see you again. Take the time to rebuild and strengthen these relationships. Share your experiences, listen to their stories, and express your gratitude for their support. Reconnecting with loved ones can provide a sense of belonging and support as you navigate the challenges of reintegration. Seeking professional support. While the support of loved ones is invaluable, it may also be beneficial to seek professional support and counseling. A therapist or counselor can help you process the emotions and challenges that arise during the transition period. They can provide guidance and tools to help you navigate the complexities of reintegrating into society. Don't hesitate to reach out for professional help if you find yourself struggling with the adjustment. Establishing new routines. During your time on the deserted island, you likely developed a set of routines and habits to survive. Now that you are back in civilization, it is essential to establish new routines that align with your new reality. Create a daily schedule that includes activities that bring you joy, help you reconnect with society, and contribute to your personal growth. This could include hobbies, volunteering, or pursuing new interests. By establishing new routines, you can create a sense of structure and purpose in your life. Practicing self-care. Adjusting to life after solitude can be emotionally and physically draining. It is crucial to prioritize self-care during this period of transition. Take time to rest, eat well, exercise, and engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Practice mindfulness and meditation to help calm your mind and reduce any anxiety or stress you may be experiencing. Remember to be patient with yourself and allow yourself time to heal and adjust. Finding meaning and purpose. After experiencing the solitude and simplicity of life on a deserted island, you may find yourself questioning the meaning and purpose of your existence. Take this opportunity to reflect on your values, passions, and goals. Consider how you can align your life with what truly matters to you. Engage in activities that bring you a sense of fulfillment and purpose. This could involve pursuing a new career path, volunteering for a cause you are passionate about, or engaging in creative endeavors. Finding meaning and purpose in your life will help you navigate the challenges of reintegration and create a fulfilling future. Appreciating the present moment. While adjusting to life after solitude, it is easy to get caught up in the past or worry about the future. However, it is essential to appreciate the present moment and the opportunities it brings. Take the time to savor the simple pleasures of everyday life, connect with nature, and cultivate gratitude for the experiences you have had. By living in the present moment, you can find joy and contentment in the here and now. Conclusion. Adjusting to life after solitude is a process that requires patience, self-reflection, and support. Embrace the changes that come with reintegrating into society, reconnect with loved ones, and seek professional help if needed. Establish new routines, prioritize self-care, and find meaning and purpose in your life. Remember to appreciate the present moment and the beauty of the world around you. By following these strategies, you can navigate the challenges of reintegration and thrive in your newfound life after solitude. 11.4 Seeking professional support and counseling. Surviving on a deserted island can be an incredibly challenging and isolating experience. While you may have developed various coping mechanisms and strategies to navigate the physical and emotional challenges of solitude, there may come a point where seeking professional support and counseling becomes necessary. This section will explore the importance of seeking help, the types of professionals who can assist you, and how to access their services even in the most remote locations. The importance of seeking help. When faced with the extreme conditions and prolonged isolation of a deserted island, it is natural to experience a range of emotions, including loneliness, anxiety, and even depression. These feelings can be overwhelming and may impact your mental and emotional well-being. Seeking professional support and counseling can provide you with the necessary tools and guidance to navigate these challenges effectively. Professional help can offer a fresh perspective, help you process your emotions, and provide you with coping strategies to maintain your mental and emotional well-being. Additionally, a professional can help you identify any underlying issues that may have been exacerbated by your time in solitude and work with you to address them. Types of professionals. While it may seem impossible to access professional support on a deserted island, there are various options available to you. Here are some types of professionals who can assist you. Psychologists. Psychologists are trained professionals who specialize in understanding human behavior and mental processes. They can help you explore and address any psychological challenges you may be facing, such as anxiety, depression, or trauma. Counselors. Counselors are professionals who provide guidance and support to individuals facing various challenges. They can help you navigate your emotions, develop coping strategies, and work through any personal or relationship issues that may arise during your time in solitude. Therapists. Therapists are trained professionals who specialize in providing therapy and counseling services. They can help you explore your thoughts and feelings, develop healthy coping mechanisms, and work towards personal growth and healing. Telehealth professionals. In remote locations, accessing in-person professional support may not be feasible. However, with advancements in technology, telehealth services have become increasingly accessible. Telehealth professionals can provide counseling and therapy sessions via video calls or phone calls, allowing you to receive support even from a deserted island. Accessing professional support. While it may be challenging to access professional support on a deserted island, there are steps you can take to overcome these obstacles. Satellite communication. If you have access to satellite communication devices, such as a satellite phone or satellite internet, you can reach out to professional support services. Contact your service provider and inquire about telehealth options or any available resources for remote counseling. Emergency beacons. Many deserted islands have emergency beacons or distress signals that can be activated to alert nearby rescue teams. These beacons can also be used to request medical assistance or professional support. Familiarize yourself with the operation of these devices and use them when necessary. Emergency radio frequencies. Some remote areas have emergency radio frequencies that can be used to communicate with rescue teams or professionals. Research and familiarize yourself with the frequencies used in your region and use them to request assistance. Preparation and planning. Before embarking on your deserted island adventure, it is essential to plan for potential emergencies and seek professional advice. Consult with professionals who specialize in wilderness survival or extreme environments to gather information and resources that may be helpful during your time in solitude. The role of counseling in reintegration. Once you are rescued and reintegrated into society, the challenges of adjusting to life after solitude may persist. Seeking professional counseling during this transition period can be immensely beneficial. A counselor or therapist can help you process your experiences, address any lingering emotional or psychological issues, and provide guidance as you navigate the complexities of reintegration. Counseling can assist you in rebuilding relationships, managing any post-traumatic stress symptoms, and developing strategies to maintain your mental and emotional well-being. It is important to remember that seeking professional support is not a sign of weakness but rather a proactive step towards healing and growth. Conclusion. Surviving on a deserted island can be an incredibly demanding experience, both physically and emotionally. Seeking professional support and counseling is crucial to maintaining your mental and emotional well-being throughout your time in solitude and during the reintegration process. Remember that help is available, even in the most remote locations, through telehealth services, satellite communication, emergency beacons, and radio frequencies. By reaching out for professional support, you can gain the necessary tools and guidance to navigate the challenges of solitude and emerge stronger and more resilient. 12. Thriving in solitude. 12.1 Embracing solitude as an opportunity for growth. Surviving on a deserted island can be an incredibly challenging and isolating experience. However, it is important to remember that solitude can also present unique opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. In this section, we will explore how you can embrace solitude as an opportunity for growth and make the most out of your time on the deserted island. The power of solitude. Solitude, when embraced with the right mindset, can be a powerful catalyst for personal growth. It provides an opportunity to disconnect from the distractions and noise of everyday life and allows you to focus on yourself, your thoughts, and your emotions. By embracing solitude, you can gain a deeper understanding of who you are, what truly matters to you, and what you are capable of. Developing self-reflection. One of the key benefits of solitude is the ability to engage in deep self-reflection. Without the constant presence of others, you have the opportunity to explore your inner thoughts and emotions in a more profound way. Take the time to reflect on your life, your goals, and your values. Ask yourself meaningful questions and explore your answers without judgment. Use this time to gain clarity and insight into your own desires and aspirations. Cultivating self-reliance. Being alone on a deserted island forces you to rely solely on yourself. This presents a unique opportunity to develop self-reliance and independence. Take the time to learn new skills, such as building a shelter, finding food and water, and navigating your surroundings. As you become more self-reliant, you will gain confidence in your abilities and develop a sense of empowerment. This newfound self-reliance will not only serve you well on the deserted island but also in your everyday life. Discovering hidden talents and passions. Solitude provides the perfect environment for exploring your hidden talents and passions. Without the distractions of everyday life, you can dedicate time and energy to activities that truly bring you joy. Use this time to engage in creative pursuits such as writing, drawing, or playing a musical instrument. Experiment with different activities and hobbies to discover new talents and passions that you may not have had the opportunity to explore before. Embrace the freedom to express yourself and let your creativity flourish. Connecting with nature. Being on a deserted island offers a unique opportunity to connect with nature in a profound way. Take the time to observe the natural beauty around you, from the vibrant colors of the sunset to the soothing sound of the waves crashing against the shore. Engage your senses and immerse yourself in the natural environment. Spend time exploring the flora and fauna of the island, learning about the different species and their habitats. This connection with nature can bring a sense of peace and tranquility, allowing you to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the world around you. Practicing mindfulness and gratitude. Solitude provides an ideal setting for practicing mindfulness and gratitude. Take the time to be fully present in the moment, paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and sensations. Engage in activities such as meditation or yoga to cultivate a sense of mindfulness and inner peace. Additionally, practice gratitude by reflecting on the things you are grateful for, both big and small. This practice can help shift your focus from the challenges of survival to the abundance and beauty that surrounds you. Setting personal goals. While on the deserted island, it is important to set personal goals to keep yourself motivated and focused. These goals can be related to survival tasks, such as improving your shelter or finding new sources of food and water. However, they can also extend beyond survival and encompass personal growth and development. Set goals that align with your values and aspirations, whether it's learning a new skill, writing a journal, or completing a creative project. By setting and achieving these goals, you will not only enhance your sense of accomplishment but also continue to grow and thrive in solitude. Conclusion. Embracing solitude as an opportunity for growth can transform your experience on a deserted island. By engaging in self-reflection, cultivating self-reliance, discovering hidden talents, connecting with nature, practicing mindfulness and gratitude, and setting personal goals, you can make the most out of your time in solitude. Remember, solitude is not just about surviving, it is about thriving and discovering the depths of your own resilience and potential. Embrace the solitude, and let it become a transformative journey of self-discovery and personal growth. 12.2 Developing self-reliance and resilience. Surviving on a deserted island requires more than just physical strength and practical skills. It also demands a strong sense of self-reliance and resilience. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques to develop these essential qualities, enabling you to thrive in solitude. Embracing self-reliance. Self-reliance is the ability to depend on oneself and take responsibility for one's own well-being. When stranded on a deserted island, you must rely on your own resourcefulness and ingenuity to meet your basic needs. Here are some ways to develop self-reliance. 1. Assess your skills and abilities. Take stock of your existing skills and abilities. Identify areas where you may need improvement and focus on developing those skills. This could include learning survival techniques, honing your problem-solving abilities, or acquiring knowledge about the local flora and fauna. 2. Learn from experience. Every challenge you face on the island is an opportunity to learn and grow. Embrace the lessons that come with each experience, whether they are successes or failures. Reflect on what worked well and what could be improved, and apply these insights to future situations. 3. Take initiative. Don't wait for someone else to solve your problems. Take the initiative to find solutions on your own. This may involve experimenting with different approaches, thinking creatively, and adapting to changing circumstances. By taking ownership of your situation, you will develop a sense of empowerment and self-reliance. 4. Develop practical skills. Acquire practical skills that will enhance your self-reliance. Learn how to build and repair tools, construct shelters, find food and water, and navigate the island. The more self-sufficient you become, the more confident and capable you will feel in your ability to survive and thrive. 5. Cultivate a positive mindset. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial for self-reliance. Believe in your ability to overcome challenges and trust in your resourcefulness. Cultivate optimism, resilience, and a can-do attitude. This will not only help you navigate the physical demands of survival but also bolster your mental and emotional well-being. Building resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity and adapt to difficult circumstances. It is a crucial trait for surviving and thriving on a deserted island. Here are some strategies to develop resilience. 1. Embrace change and uncertainty. Accept that change and uncertainty are inevitable aspects of life on the island. Embrace the unknown and view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Adaptability is key to resilience, so be open to new experiences and willing to adjust your plans as needed. 2. Develop problem-solving skills. Resilience is closely tied to problem-solving abilities. Enhance your problem-solving skills by practicing critical thinking, analyzing situations from different perspectives, and considering alternative solutions. This will enable you to approach challenges with a clear and rational mindset. 3. Cultivate emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and manage your own emotions and understand the emotions of others. Cultivating emotional intelligence will help you navigate the emotional ups and downs of solitude. Practice self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and effective communication to build resilience in challenging situations. 4. Build a supportive inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself can greatly impact your resilience. Develop a supportive inner dialogue that encourages and motivates you during difficult times. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations and remind yourself of your strengths and capabilities. 5. Seek connection with nature. Nature has a profound impact on our well-being and resilience. Spend time connecting with the natural environment around you. Observe the beauty of the island, listen to the sounds of nature, and immerse yourself in its rhythms. This connection can provide solace, inspiration, and a sense of belonging. 6. Practice self-care. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being is essential for resilience. Prioritize self-care activities such as getting enough rest, eating nutritious food, staying hydrated, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. These practices will help you maintain your energy and resilience in the face of adversity. By developing self-reliance and resilience, you will not only survive but also thrive on a deserted island. These qualities will empower you to face the challenges of solitude with confidence, adaptability, and a positive mindset. Embrace the opportunity for personal growth and discovery that comes with being self-reliant and resilient in the face of adversity. 12.3 Finding joy and creativity in solitude. While surviving on a deserted island may initially seem daunting and lonely, it is important to remember that solitude can also provide an opportunity for personal growth, self-discovery, and creativity. In this section, we will explore ways to find joy and tap into your creative side while embracing the solitude of the island. Embracing solitude is an opportunity for self-reflection. Solitude offers a unique chance to disconnect from the distractions of everyday life and truly connect with yourself. Use this time to reflect on your life, your goals, and your values. Take the opportunity to delve deep into your thoughts and emotions, and gain a better understanding of who you are as an individual. Engaging in mindful practices. Practicing mindfulness can help you stay present and fully experience the beauty of your surroundings. Take the time to observe the island's natural wonders, such as the vibrant colors of the sunset, the soothing sound of waves crashing against the shore, or the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. Engaging your senses in this way can bring a sense of peace and tranquility. Exploring the island's natural beauty. The deserted island is likely to be teeming with natural beauty, waiting to be discovered. Take the time to explore the island and appreciate its unique flora and fauna. Observe the different species of plants and animals, and marvel at the intricate details of nature. Use this opportunity to learn about the island's ecosystem and deepen your understanding of the natural world. Engaging in creative activities. Creativity can flourish in solitude. Use this time to tap into your creative side and explore various artistic endeavors. Here are a few activities you can try. 1. Writing and journaling. Writing can be a therapeutic and creative outlet. Start a journal to document your experiences, thoughts, and emotions. You can also write stories, poems, or even a novel inspired by your time on the island. Let your imagination run wild and see where your writing takes you. 2. Drawing and painting. If you have access to art supplies, try your hand at drawing or painting. Capture the island's beauty on canvas or paper. Experiment with different techniques and styles, and let your creativity flow. Even if you don't consider yourself an artist, remember that art is subjective, and the process itself can be incredibly fulfilling. 3. Crafting and sculpting. Utilize the natural resources available on the island to create unique crafts and sculptures. Use shells, driftwood, or rocks to make jewelry, decorative items, or even small sculptures. Let your imagination guide you as you transform ordinary objects into works of art. 4. Music and dance. If you have any musical instruments or can create makeshift ones, explore the power of music. Play an instrument, sing, or even create your own songs. Music can be a powerful form of self-expression and can help lift your spirits. You can also engage in dance, allowing your body to move freely and express your emotions. 5. Photography. If you have a camera or a smartphone with a camera, use it to capture the island's beauty. Experiment with different angles, lighting, and compositions. Photography can help you see the world from a different perspective and allow you to share your experiences with others when you return. Finding joy in simple pleasures. In solitude, it is often the simple things that bring the most joy. Take the time to appreciate the small wonders of life on the island. Enjoy the taste of a freshly picked fruit, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the feeling of sand between your toes. Embrace the simplicity of your surroundings and find joy in the present moment. Cultivating a positive mindset. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial for finding joy in solitude. Focus on the things you are grateful for, such as the opportunity to experience the island's beauty or the lessons you are learning about yourself. Practice self-compassion and be kind to yourself during this challenging time. Remember that every day is a new opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Connecting with nature. Nature has a way of rejuvenating the soul and bringing a sense of peace. Spend time outdoors, whether it's taking a walk along the beach, exploring the forest, or simply sitting under a tree. Allow yourself to be fully present in nature and let its beauty and serenity nourish your spirit. Conclusion. While solitude on a deserted island may initially seem isolating, it can also be a transformative and enriching experience. By embracing solitude as an opportunity for self-reflection, engaging in mindful practices, exploring the island's natural beauty, and tapping into your creativity, you can find joy and fulfillment in the midst of solitude. Remember to cultivate a positive mindset, appreciate the simple pleasures, and connect with nature to enhance your experience on the island. 12.4 Appreciating the beauty of nature. While surviving on a deserted island can be a challenging and sometimes lonely experience, it also offers a unique opportunity to connect with and appreciate the beauty of nature. In this section, we will explore ways to cultivate a deep appreciation for the natural world around you, which can not only enhance your overall well-being but also provide a sense of solace and wonder during your time in solitude. Finding peace in nature. One of the most powerful ways to appreciate the beauty of nature is to immerse yourself in it. Take the time to explore the island and observe its various ecosystems. Notice the intricate patterns of the plants, the vibrant colors of the flowers, and the diverse array of wildlife that call the island home. Allow yourself to be fully present in these moments, taking in the sights, sounds, and smells of the natural world around you. Engaging in activities such as hiking, swimming, or simply sitting by the shore can help you develop a deeper connection with nature. As you spend time outdoors, pay attention to the small details that often go unnoticed. Observe the way the sunlight filters through the trees, the sound of waves crashing against the shore, or the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. These simple moments can bring a sense of peace and tranquility, reminding you of the beauty and resilience of the natural world. Cultivating gratitude. Practicing gratitude is another powerful way to appreciate the beauty of nature. Take a moment each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for in your surroundings. It could be the shade provided by a large tree, the abundance of fresh water sources, or the breathtaking sunsets that paint the sky with vibrant hues. By consciously acknowledging and expressing gratitude for these gifts, you can develop a deeper appreciation for the natural world and the role it plays in sustaining your survival. Connecting with wildlife. The island's wildlife can offer a unique opportunity to appreciate the beauty and diversity of nature. Take the time to observe the animals that inhabit the island, whether they are birds, reptiles, or mammals. Notice their behaviors, their interactions with their environment, and the intricate adaptations that allow them to thrive in their natural habitats. While it is important to maintain a safe distance and respect the boundaries of wildlife, you can still appreciate their presence and learn from their resilience. Observe the grace of a soaring bird, the agility of a lizard, or the curiosity of a foraging mammal. These encounters can provide a sense of wonder and remind you of the interconnectedness of all living beings. Engaging your senses. To fully appreciate the beauty of nature, engage all your senses. Take the time to listen to the symphony of sounds around you, from the chirping of birds to the rustling of leaves. Breathe in the fresh, salty air and savor the scents of the ocean and the surrounding vegetation. Feel the texture of the sand beneath your feet, the coolness of the water on your skin, or the warmth of the sun on your face. By actively engaging your senses, you can create a more immersive experience and deepen your connection with the natural world. These sensory experiences can be a source of joy and wonder, reminding you of the incredible diversity and beauty that exists in even the most remote corners of the earth. Capturing the beauty. Another way to appreciate the beauty of nature is through artistic expression. Use the resources available to you on the island to create art that reflects the natural world around you. Whether it's sketching, painting, or even writing poetry, these creative endeavors can help you capture and celebrate the beauty you encounter. Additionally, consider keeping a journal or diary to document your experiences and observations. Describe the sights, sounds, and emotions you experience in nature. This practice not only allows you to reflect on your journey but also serves as a reminder of the beauty you have encountered and the lessons you have learned. Final thoughts. Appreciating the beauty of nature is not only a way to pass the time but also a means of finding solace, inspiration, and joy during your time on a deserted island. By immersing yourself in the natural world, cultivating gratitude, connecting with wildlife, engaging your senses, and capturing the beauty through artistic expression, you can develop a deep appreciation for the wonders of nature. Remember, even in solitude, the beauty of the natural world can be a source of comfort and inspiration, reminding you of the resilience and interconnectedness of all living things.